popes are here.
John in Mill Creek says, "Yay, we have a woke pope."
Woke pope.
We have a woke pope in Mill Creek and everywhere else.
That's right. The Pope has awoke. I'm awake now.
Surely you've all heard he's from Chicago.
What?
Surely you have heard that.
That's right. I'm from the South Side.
That's the baddest part of town, you know.
So does this make him Chicago Pope?
Yes. The memes write themselves.
Pope Chicago.
He's on a mission from God.
Yeah, they do. That song too. Lots of math in it. Pope Leo got his degree in math at Villanova.
That's a Catholic school, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that song is. I didn't know that was originally Robert Johnson.
Oh yeah.
That version of it, I'm sure Robert Johnson would go, "Yeah, man, that does me proud." Written in 1936.
Yep.
First recording of it. And
it's 7 minutes long, so we're
no. I'm just let it be. Yeah,
letting it go.
It's fine. Just let it roll. It's as I was listening to it and thinking, you could get on stage and play nothing but that song for an hour and a half,
which they did in the show.
Yeah.
They come out and they do. Well, they did two songs. They did one song and then they did "Sweet Home Chicago" while they escaped.
Yeah.
From the cops.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened
in the movie.
In the movie.
Oh, and that's the other meme is the Blues Brothers car. They're saying that's the new Pope mobile.
That's the new Pope mobile.
Yeah, that's
okay.
The memes write themselves.
Well, they've taken the old, where they took the old Pope mobile to the Middle East.
Did they?
Yeah, to use it for some sort of medical purpose.
Really?
Pope, yeah. Pope Francis said,
"I don't need that.
Donate it to the cause in the Middle East
for a medical purpose."
Yeah, I should look it up. I saw it yesterday or the day before. They're going to use it to distribute medical supplies.
All right, of course.
Yeah. A great band.
Mm-hmm. As Duck Dunn says, we had a band powerful enough to turn goat piss into gasoline.
So I guess the ballpark will start selling Pope dogs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The White Sox?
Yeah. Hey, let's have a Pope dog.
Yep. He's a White Sox fan, apparently.
He's a Republican voter, although has spent a lot of time criticizing Donald Trump's policies.
Yeah. And J.D. Vance.
And doesn't care for J.D. Vance at all.
Yep. He only tweeted like 4 or 5 times the last 2 years, and they were all like gun control, pro-migrant.
That's how I know it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Because MAGA is losing their minds.
Oh, yeah.
Pope Leo XIV, previously known as Robert Francis Prevost. He's quite young as well for a pope, 69. And he was a Republican. He's been a lifelong Republican, but he does not care for Donald Trump at all. Probably because he sees this Pope, the cardinal, spent a lot of time in Peru and dealing with the poor in Peru, or Peru as some people say. And I'm sure he saw the effects of some of Trump's policies on Peru and was not happy with that.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite meme out of all of them that I've seen is a very simple one. It's just words. You are about to watch the whole world respect a chosen name. It's that easy.
What do you want to be called? Okay.
Okay, that's your name.
And that's fine.
And it's that easy, folks. It's that easy.
I sent you this story, Bill. I don't know if you'll get to it in the news, but it's about the food that they eat during the conclave.
Yeah, it's not very good, apparently.
Not only that, but there are banned foods.
Well, I have to be very careful, and because for centuries, that people would, try to poison the cardinals, and as they were voting for Pope, we're not going to vote for your guy. I'm going to poison you, and so they have to be really careful.
But the part I like the best about this story, some of the foods that are banned, stuffable pastas such as ravioli, as well as whole chickens, have previously not been condoned for conclave consumption because messages could be easily concealed. like the nuns in the kitchen passing notes.
Don't vote for that American.
In the ravioli.
Don't vote for that American. Don't vote for that black cardinal.
Well, and that was in that movie in Conclave,
Yeah.
where they were talking behind each other's backs and everything.
Well, it's a lot of politicking.
Yep.
I guess they said, though, it was so the vote was quick, and it's because to the Cardinals it was pretty obvious who Pope Francis wanted to succeed him, and it was this guy.
Mm-hmm. But it was an opportunity for them to go,
to repudiate Francis if they, but they didn't. They didn't want to. There was grumbling about him amongst the Cardinals, but I don't think he made any. I don't think Pope Francis made any enemies. Among
How could you hate him?
Yeah, he was too kind, too simple. I don't think he made a lot of enemies.
Yeah,
probably not.
So they said he really liked this guy. He made him a cardinal just recently. Seemed to really. I mean, it was like his. This is my heir apparent.
Yeah.
And that's why that happened.
I was surprised how much coverage KSL had of it yesterday.
Yeah, I like them running for about 5 minutes, running somebody speaking entirely in Italian with no translation or not anything. Just,
I was surprised.
Well, it's a bit, it's a big deal.
It is, I mean, anywhere other than Utah, when you say the church, it's the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Here, the church is...
No, there are places where it's the Church of Satan.
Where?
When you say the church. California.
California.
Oh, that's why I want to move there.
That's California, the Church of Satan.
All right.
I guess we should take a break, huh?
Yes.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okie doke. We will take that break, and then we'll come back, and if you want to check in with us, please do. You want to talk about the Pope? You can. Whatever you want to do, just say hi, just check in with us. 877-602-9696 is the number. We like to hear from you in the morning, so why don't you call us?
All right. After these messages, Daybreak Home and Garden Show.
That's coming up next weekend. Yeah, it's out at the ballpark at America First Square.
Yeah, the brand new ballpark. Yeah. It's a good opportunity for you to check that out.
The Home and Garden Show, it'll be on the field, and they're going to give tours of the ballpark as well. So the show will have something for everybody in the family. They've got vendors galore, home and garden and patio stuff, free games for the kids, do-it-yourself seminars for free, hourly free prizes, and, of course, a tour of the new Bees ballpark. So get your tickets now. It's going to be an exciting, fun, educational home show out in the Daybreak area.
It's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 511's Ballpark Drive in South Georgia.
There's a tracks train that goes right to it. Right, I mean, literally stops right at the ballpark.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's coming up next weekend. So get your tickets at thebesthomeshow.com. The Best Home Show.
Good evening and welcome to Jazz Pivot.
Pour me a scotch, will you, please?
Brought to you by Scotch.
Like scotch and
All
soda.
of
Scotch and soda. Jigger a gin. Oh, what a rare mood I'm in.
Tonight on Jazz Pivot, we'll be exploring Charles Mingus and the social political ramifications of... Oh, wait, there's my music.
Carrie, you could...
Jazz Pivot.
Carrie, you could pivot to
because
the
you have
jazz
COVID.
pivot.
Only because you have COVID.
It's because it's rested in my throat and my sinuses.
Yeah, your voice is deeper.
That works. I like that.
By the way, if you hadn't guessed, Carrie's broadcasting from home because he has the COVID. But the connection, I mean, you sound great, other than husky. You still feel about the same as yesterday, or a little worse, or better? Or
I'm feeling a jazz pivot coming on. No, I my head is exploding. Here, this will help here. There we go.
Yeah.
My head is exploding. My sinuses are trying to kill me.
No.
My throat is sore.
You couldn't breathe last night, probably?
Actually, I was okay last night. A little NyQuil, a little NyQuil will do you. And I was able to sleep through most of the night. Here's what I've discovered about this, and Ed Brass texted me and warned me about this. Mm-hmm. He said the best way to get through this is to sleep.
Sleep
through
it off.
Sleep through all of it.
If you can, yeah.
So if I can today, I'm going to try to sleep through all of it.
Yeah, just when you get off the air, just go have a little warm drink and then go to bed.
Although I've got to meet somebody in a parking lot to get my packs delivered. So. And that's not a joke, folks.
$33986.
All right, 622. Let's get this over with.
Indeed. Now, if you want to check in with us, please do. Call us, 877-602-9696. That's the phone number. You can also text us to check in if you like, 33986. Do we have a sponsor here?
X96 has your single-day tickets to the Kilby Block Party at an exclusive price. Now at x96.com, get your tickets to see Weezer, New Order, and more at the Kilby Block Party for only $89. Kilby Block Party, May 15th through the 19th at the Utah State Fair Park.
The moon is a waxing moon, a waxing gibbous moon, 91.1% of full. The next moon rise will be at 6:01 p.m. Today. Today being Friday. It's the 9th day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Hooray for Buttons Day.
Buttons.
Buttons, buttons. Who's got the buttons? It's a Lost Sock Memorial Day.
Oh.
I think we've all been touched in one way or another by the loss of a beloved sock. It's Butterscotch Brownie Day.
Ooh.
National Sleepover Day. So, Gina, what time do you want me to come over, and should I bring a sleeping bag?
Well,
or?
sure, yeah. Bring your...
And it is Fantastic Friday. Fantastic Friday. The focus of this day is to consider elasmobranchi. Elasmobranchi. Those are cartilaginous fish like sharks.
Oh.
So
consider them.
Focus
All
and
right.
consider sharks.
I will give them all the consideration they deserve. There, I'm done.
And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Carrie Jackson right there. It's Radio from Hell's Carrie Jackson.
Wearing buttons.
I'm Bill Allred right here. I'm wearing buttons as well. I got buttons on my shirt. Gina Barberi is over there. She's also a Lord of Morning Radio here on the Radio from Hell show. Katie, for short, is our fine producer. And who's helping out today? Hi, Allison. There she is. Mm-hmm. And the dog is there. Vax. There he is. All right. Go to check-ins, 877-602-9696. Or you can text us, 33986.
Let's see. Right Wing Wade checking in. Dr. Neil here. MAGA doesn't like him. That's why I like him. Great song to start the day. Let's see. The song has to be long enough for you to sneak out the back of the stage through the sewers and have Princess Leia shoot at you with a machine gun. It's true.
Oh, okay.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Gina?
Yeah?
It's Vic's birthday today. He's turning 61.
Oh, our mutual friend. Happy
Yes.
birthday, Vic.
Medical care for children in Gaza. There's more than one Pope Mobile, isn't there?
I think so. I don't know if there is.
Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Bus driver Troy checking in. You know what food is banned in the conclave?
No. Is
Four
this a
fried-
punchline for a joke?
4 fried chickens and some dry white toast.
It's more
more
Blues
Blues
Brothers.
references. Ron the Carpenter is meeting a customer wearing my Hot Wheels socks.
Well, don't lose one of them. It's Lost Sock Day.
Yeah. Mike in Nashville. Ciao, Papa. Let's see. My first time going through a new Pope process. Emmett the Pool Guy checking in. That movie Conclave was pretty educational. I mean,
I heard some cardinals talking about it before this all went down,
Yeah.
and some cardinal talking about it and saying it was, I don't know how they did it, because it was really inside ball, and it was very accurate.
So they were interviewing Pope Leo's brother in Chicago, and apparently they watched it together. Hey, you want to come over and watch Conclave?
yeah, all right.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
So that's what I got to deal with when it comes up. Huh? Let's see. RJ checking in from Draper. Least likely to have a pineapple on my porch despite living in Draper.
It's code, folks.
Yep. Let's go to teacher Vanessa.
Good morning, Vanessa. Where are you calling us from?
Good morning. I'm calling you from the most holla of days.
Oh, what's up?
Being a zoology and marine biology teacher on staff, I would just like to correct your pronunciation on shark families.
Okay.
Scientific name for sharks and rays is elasmobranchii.
Elasmobranchii.
That's cool.
I was close.
sir.
And that's sharks and rays.
Yeah, and
sharks and rays.
and skates and a couple of other fish as well.
Yeah. And ghost
Branchii.
sharks.
Ghost sharks.
Oh, man, sharks are scary enough.
Baby ghost sharks are really cute, though.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
saw a picture of a baby ghost shark. He was really cute.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And technically, those are chimera, not elasmobranchii.
Okay.
Ghost sharks are
I'm glad we have an expert.
ghost
on the
sharks are
line.
chimera.
There you go.
Did you say?
Chimera, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm changing my Pope name.
All right.
Changing my Pope name to Elasmobranchii.
Allows mo branchii.
Perfect.
Pope allows mo branchii.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa. All right.
Oh, and have a fantastic Friday.
Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Meshach Averta. Cookies for breakfast.
I looked it up. Pope Francis donated a Pope mobile. A Pope mobile.
Hey, so there is more than one.
One of the vehicles that the late Pope used for transportation to a Catholic relief organization to convert the vehicle into a mobile health unit for children in Gaza.
Luis of Harrisburg, PA, checking in. Chef Roy checking in. Good morning, Lords. Hope you have a happy Mother's Day, Gina.
Thank you.
Let's see. Sadly, Duncan.
Oh, what's the matter, Duncan?
I'm sadly Duncan.
No longer be here at Hill Air Force Base.
Oh, okay.
Because Army Air Force Exchange Service refuses to repay them for the last forced move. One side of base to the other. Yeah. Kevin from Layton checking in. Kilroy was here. Jordan checking in from the mountain full of eagles. Johnny B checking in, listening while spreading self-leveling underlayment over my kitchen floor to get it flattened out and ready for the tile. I have a cocktail ready to join with Jimmy's spot, but I may go ahead and imbibe now.
Yeah, go ahead. Have a drink. You can have another drink with Jimmy.
Mailman Josh reminds us, and Monty should have called us to remind us.
Oh, it's the food drive, isn't it?
Yes, food drive tomorrow. Leave a bag of food for the Utah Food Bank by your mailbox. We'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
Jeff from Ogden checking in. Still haven't been stabbed. Ella the nanny, Tommy the gun, Amy the musician.
Yeah,
teacher.
just if you anybody from Ogden has to let us know if you've been stabbed or not.
Yep. Bryce of the most Spanish of Forks checking in. I'll be picking up my brand new chicken bucket today. Perhaps I'll start calling myself Chicken Bucket Bryce.
Now remember, when you win a chicken bucket, a Radio from Hell chicken bucket, well, we need you to use it for a hat, take a picture, and send it to us at radiofromhell@x96.com.
Dominic Bonacci from Clearfield checking in, headed to work. Happy Mother's Day. All right, everybody's here. Let's go.
All right, Wing Wade, usually the first Infinity member to check in, and he says both lanes moving along nicely on I-15. Thanks, Wade. UDOT agrees with you. They're not reporting any accidents at the moment, but please keep us posted with whatever you're seeing on the roads, only if it's safe for you to do that. 33986.
All right, we're going to take a break, play a song for you, and it's an If You Know, You Know song. And after that, it's Big Boy News and Frank Christ Presents, all in the same break. It's our Dead Celebrity game. We'll explain how to play what you'll win coming up on the way. Stockton 12 Honda.
Big news from Stockton 12 Honda. Trade-in values are at their peak right now. Their expert appraisers are ready to give you maximum value for your current vehicle. Market analysts predict that these high values are not going to last much longer. So don't wait. Go to Stockton 12 Honda. Go there today. Shop for a new car. I've bought cars from Stockton 12 Honda. They do a terrific job. Stockton 12 is your neighborhood Honda dealer, Salt Lake's most trusted name in Honda vehicles. They've been around for about 20 years now. And at Stockton 12, it's been 25 years. Come see Stockton 12 Honda today. Once you step in the door, you'll see why they are a very different kind of auto dealership. Also, hassle-free customer satisfaction guarantee. Customer satisfaction is their number one priority. Stockton 12 Honda has a great inventory right now. New, pre-owned, and used cars. You can see them at Stockton, the number 12honda.com, or go to Stockton 12 Honda, Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy.
Svihas.
What?
Well, we'll learn from the donut critic what that is.
Then the donut critic is here, and these are not donuts.
These are not donuts. Yeah,
What is this?
So I will tell you about that in just a second. I wanted to talk to you about prioritization. So I know that most people have given up on resolutions.
Yes.
National Quitters Day was Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I made it to Friday.
yeah. So I'm not going to talk about resolutions. I want to talk about prioritizing the food you want and then cutting out the rest.
Oh, okay.
So don't deny yourself. Just
Eat better quality
eat better
stuff.
quality stuff.
Correct. And a part of that is trying new things because you don't know if you like
Listen
something.
carefully, Gina.
I'm listening.
Yeah, part of it is trying new things. And this is one of the things I recommend you try this year. This isn't new for me. I've tried it for the last couple of years, but it is new for most of the state because there would be a line out the door if they had tried this place.
Mm-hmm.
They have their loyal followers, but this place is called Box Bite in American Fork.
Box Bite.
Box Bite.
You can get a look at it here on my camera.
And similar to what Gina was saying, they're called esfihas or Brazilian flatbread.
Okay.
Don't you dare call them mini pizzas.
Okay.
Esfihas, yes.
Well, right away, you know they're not pizzas because the dough is different.
The dough is different, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they prepare it and the toppings, and it is Brazilian. The man that owns it and runs it, Marcelo, is Brazilian.
Mm.
And these are super delicious. And I feel like these are things that, if, like I said, if people knew about it, there'd be a line out the door. Loyal customers are going there. I go there all the time, and it really is just like a delightful experience. Something that you guys should try. But the dough has a good crispness, so they run it through the oven without a pan, and so you get that really crispy shell.
Mm-hmm.
The inside is soft and chewy and just really delightful.
Yeah.
They have savory and they have sweet options. You guys are all trying the savory. Gina, you have the sweet side.
I have the sweet. This is like Nutella almost.
Yep, so it's a Nutella base on top and then a Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
And they have...
Carrie, it's got stuff on it, a little chopped up
I love
Kit Kat.
stuff on it.
And so, yeah, for the sweet sauces, they have condensed milk and Nutellas. And those go with bananas and strawberries. They have M&Ms and Kit Kats. So a little thing to dress up. So there are traditional flavors there from the Brazilian side, but a lot of it is a fusion flavor. So a lot of pepperonis, cheeses, different things that you're going to see on, might I say, a pizza.
I really like that one. What is that?
So that's a garlic and cheese. That's my favorite as well. And I recommend getting it hot and fresh inside of the store. So it's a little storefront. It's on State Street in American Fork.
It's called Box Bite.
Box Bite.
Here's the thing: is that you got these last night, and they've held up overnight fine.
Oh yeah, no, they it's because that dough is so soft and delicious. I don't know what he puts in it, but it's magic to keep it that soft overnight.
Yeah, I wish I knew. That would be. That's so good.
But they make their sauces in-house, so you have also in front of you a marinara and a ranch sauce, which obviously lends to a pizza as well.
I was going to say
They're not.
At first look, it's mini pizzas, complete with the ranch and dipping sauce. But it's
and truthfully, if you have a picky eater and you have to tell them that you're going out for mini pizzas, then do it. Just let them think that.
Yeah, don't confuse them.
And truthfully, the second somebody says Brazilian or esfihas or something that they don't recognize, they may retract and be like, I don't know if I want to try that.
Well, don't say we're going out for a Brazilian.
That's true. That would turn off a lot of people in many, many ways. But yeah, these are super delicious. And again, hot and fresh is the best way to do it. They do have some seating in the actual store, which, like I said, I recommend getting a hot and fresh because that experience is just top notch.
And they do lamb. I would love to try the lamb.
Yep.
That sounds great. Pine nuts on there as well.
And one of the things I do recommend, go to their website and look through the menu because the options are extensive.
Yeah.
And the toppings are, you want to make sure that you get that correct combination. And so go through the menu, know what you want to order, because once you get up in order and you are trying to read that on the menu, it's pretty difficult.
And this ranch dip it's slightly different from a ranch dressing. I mean, the components are there. The ranch dressing components are there, but they've done something to it.
Yeah, it's very herby.
That makes,
yes. And I enjoy it. And that's also
very good.
Yeah, that's made fresh in house. The marinara's made fresh in house.
That's the big difference too. You're tasting that freshness, the herbs, fresh cut herbs, rather than something that's been in a bottle.
Yeah, Marcelo is all about quality, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why he wants a second location. It's just, expanding out there and just making sure that is all there and he can do both sides. And I feel like if we all get down there and we make that line really long and he can really start hiring people to expand that, then we're going to get it.
Now, Ben, this isn't me. This is a text question. Do they have dairy-free options?
I
don't think so.
I think you can get anything dairy-free that, obviously doesn't have a cheese, but it's not going to have the same effect as something that has it. But There are dairy-free options that are on the sweet side. So.
Oh, okay.
And I think you can, again, special order if there is a cheese or other things that you want left off.
Oh, this is really good, though.
With the marinara, this one is really good.
Yeah, so I highly recommend going out and trying something new, prioritizing, because there are so many foods that we eat that are not impactful. They're just fillers. And those are the things that you can easily cut and find something new. That
If you're going to put something in your mouth, make it something super delicious
and simple.
And simple. And go to a local place and do it.
Yes, and this is a local place.
Now, is there enough of the sweet ones to share over there?
Yes. I mean, I took a bite out of some.
I just like to try some of the
Yeah.
you got to get some dessert, too.
It's called Box Bite, and it's on State Street in American Fork.
Yep, and I was reviewing the 2024 list of restaurants that closed, and there were several that I was super sad about. And so this is an appeal that if you like a local place, go and support it, because
it's important.
I don't want it to be on the list of 2025 restaurants that closed. And this is definitely one that you want to prioritize. Like I said, it has very limited seating, but go in, get a hot and fresh one, and then if you want to take it back to your house, that's fine. But
delicious.
I just like the crust.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the crust is
So
super
the
delicious.
dough
yeah.
is amazing. Well, thank you, Ben.
Yeah, that's all.
The Donut Critic on Instagram.
Yep.
You can find all of Ben's stuff there.
And I've put all this on there. I'm going to repost my post about this place, so you can go and look at it at Donut Critic on Instagram.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Because
It's a special Carrie Jackson chainsaw remix because on this day in 1978, Fee Waybill, the lead singer of the Tubes, broke his leg after falling from the stage at a London show whilst wielding a chainsaw.
the chainsaw guy's here.
Hi, listen, I was out in the lobby there,
Yeah.
and I heard that song, and I knew this story because I talked to Fee Waybill
Oh.
about this act where he was using the chainsaw, and I said, you just don't want to do that. It's too dangerous. I mean, you're doing the Mr. Sexy hips, and then you're trying to wield a chainsaw. It just doesn't work.
Mr. Sexy Hips.
Mr. Sexy hips and
Okay.
chainsaws don't go together.
You don't do Mr. Sexy Hips, do you, chainsaw guy?
No. Not while I have a chainsaw.
While he's wielding.
But watch me walk out the door, baby. Listen, I just thought I'd add that. I warned him, but he broke his leg, and he called me up a few days later and said, chainsaw guy, you were right. You were right. I'll see you later.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Watch me walk out the door, Gina.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, he does have sexy hips, doesn't he?
All right, big boy news right now. And right after the big boy news, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead.
You okay, Bill?
Yeah.
You pick the dead one correctly, you will win.
Tickets to see Circle Jerks October 8th at the Depot. And why don't we stick those in a Radio from Hell coffee mug?
Yes, Circle Jerks tickets, 877-602-9696, served up inside of a Radio from Hell coffee mug. Call and line up when you want to play Frank Christ Presents. I'd do it probably during this news, brought to you by
Tracy Aviary. From bird shows and roaming encounters to nature play and keeper talks, there's always more and more to see with a visit at Tracy Aviary. Learn more at tracyaviary.org.
Of course, the new pope, and when the white smoke started coming out of the chimney there, signifying that they had selected a pope there at Vatican City at the Sistine Chapel, a baby seagull appeared right next to the Sistine Chapel chimney just seconds before it began billowing that smoke to signal the new pope had been chosen at the Vatican. And the crowd at St. Peter's Piazza went wild for the baby seagull because, it's symbolic. When a baby seagull, it's of nothing. But it's not symbolic. Oh. It's not symbolic.
It will be now, though.
Maybe.
Going forward.
It will be legend from now. Yeah. Controversial rapper Kanye West has released a new song called Heil Hitler.
Of course he has.
Alongside a militant-style musical video. I did not make this a boner candidate because, he's ill and needs help.
If he were a woman, he would have been in a conservatorship years ago.
The music video for Heil Hitler depicts a group of black men in formation singing N-words Heil Hitler multiple times. The men are wearing animal skins and heads. Kanye West also sings, I became a Nazi, I'm the villain. And then he includes an audio clip of Adolf Hitler giving a speech. Yeah, it was that one, as a matter of fact.
Fuhrer was a terrific dancer.
The Trump administration is proposing a jaw-dropping, as they say, $509 million cut to the massive Central Utah project, which supplies water to millions of people in northern Utah. Right. The Central Utah project was specifically called out in a list of spending cuts sent from the White House to Senator Susan Collins of Maine, the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. The budget provides $1.2 billion for the Bureau of Reclamation and the Central Utah Project. The budget reduces funding for programs that have nothing to do with building and maintaining water infrastructure, such as habitat restoration. Instead, the budget focuses reclamation and the Central Utah Project on their core missions of maintaining assets that provide safe, reliable, and efficient management of water resources throughout the western United States. It's the only proposed spending cut that specifically calls out Utah. USU research could yield solutions for getting water to the Great Salt Lake. The funding reduction request has sparked concern among water managers and alarm from environmentalists. The Central Utah Project pulls water from the Colorado River and provides it to millions of people along the Wasatch Front. And it dates back to the 1950s. It's a series. All of the reservoirs that are around here, they're all part of the Central Utah Project, and they've been built up over the years to save water and to hold water for us in a pretty arid climate.
You okay with this, Utah State Legislature?
This is what you voted for.
A proposal made by Utah Congresswoman Celeste Malloy has some people in southern Utah very concerned about this massive land grab. Quote, I feel that there's really something almost godly about this landscape, its immensity, the grandeur that leaves people breathless, but it also gives us a kind of scope or place in the world, said Stacy Wittick with Conserve Southwest Utah Public Lands. Wittick is an outdoor photographer in a place with plenty to take pictures of, and she's now worried about the amendment placed by Celeste Malloy into the so-called big, beautiful budget bill being considered by lawmakers in Washington. I've offered an amendment with my colleagues that selects over 60 targeted regional parcels totaling a little over 10,000 acres to be conveyed to the Water District, the City of St. George, and Washington County at fair market value, Malloy said, while announcing her amendment. People are not happy with this. Most of the areas proposed to be sold are being billed to help create water infrastructure or for space to create affordable housing. But Wittick claims the sale is being done without the public having a chance to weigh in on it or learn about how it could impact the local environment. And Celeste Malloy also says, now that two men are facing hundreds of charges in connection with more than 150 dogs that were found hoarded inside a small home in Ogden.
Did you see that video they released yesterday?
I can't look at it.
There are concerns about the overall health of many of the dogs and whether Utah laws do enough to protect animals. Those dogs deserve better, said Lisa Peterson, who fostered one of the dogs shortly after they were rescued from the home. 600 charges. That sounds like a lot, but what does that really come down to? A couple of $1,000s in fines? What's that going to prevent? Peterson fostered Coco for a few weeks and intended to adopt her. Instead, Coco died Wednesday morning.
Man.
Peterson believes because of generations of inbreeding inside the home, Coco was not strong enough to recover after being spayed. It was just heartbreaking, Peterson said. I was her first person, her only person, really. You know, she slept with me every night, and she was with me every waking minute. She was 5 pounds, 2 ounces, the sweetest, most loving dog, and you could tell that human touch was a scary thing for her.
Geez.
Now Peterson says this hoarding case has pushed her to do something she'd been considering for many years, and that's heading up an animal rescue, calling it Dirt Roads Animal Rescue. They have they've got a nonprofit 503c pending. Several board members will help foster animals. Peterson's first rescue arrived today. It's McAllister is the dog's name. The dog was set to be euthanized, but no, I'm going to foster this dog and help find it a home. Donald Trump on Thursday hired yet another Fox News host for a key role in his administration as he named Jeanine Pirro, interim U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C. Do we have a picture of Jeanine Pirro at all? I'd like to put it up. If not, go find yourself a picture of Jeanine Pirro and look at this woman's face. Doesn't it just radiate kindness?
If we don't have a picture of Janine, just a box of white wine, it'd be fine.
She is the most sour, mean-looking person in the administration at this point.
She's the 23rd Fox TV personality that they have hired.
They said, they're all my friends. They speak to me through the TV.
Even Donald Trump's most frequent critics were left stunned by the move. Pirro, a former county prosecutor and elected judge, has for the last 20 years spent much more time on TV than in any courtroom. However, she has been an unwaveringly loyal voice for Donald Trump on the TV and helped advance his false claims about the 2020 election. Trump's critics reacted, perhaps this is all a clever plan by Trump to put Fox News out of business by hiring away all of their hosts.
Did you also see who he has nominated for Surgeon General?
I've got, is this the thing? I think this is what I got here.
No, she's not a doctor. Don't
Casey,
call her doctor.
It says here, Dr. Casey
No,
Hayes,
she is not a doctor.
a wellness influencer with an inactive medical license. So she did have a medical license, but it's not active. She dropped out of her residency program. Casey has impeccable credentials. Make America Healthy Again credentials, Trump wrote in the announcement, referencing Health and Human Services Secretary RFK's Make America Healthy Again slogan. The president promised that Casey Means will ensure a successful implementation of our agenda in order to reverse the chronic disease epidemic and ensure great health in the future for all Americans. Trump's announcement came a day before confirmation hearings were set to begin with his first Surgeon General nominee, Dr. Jeanette Neshwait.
Who lied about her...
a family medical physician and former Fox News contributor.
Yep.
She'll work with Kennedy in another capacity at HHS, but he withdrew her name because, well, there were questions about her credentials.
Well, she said she got her degree from the University of Arkansas. Mm-hmm. She attended the University of Arkansas, but she got her degree from the American University in the Caribbean.
Because she couldn't get one at Arkansas.
Yeah.
So she went there to get the degree. Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
It's the best. Only the best people.
India and Pakistan. Soldiers exchanged heavy volleys of shells and gunfire across their frontier in Kashmir overnight, killing at least 5 civilians in a growing military standoff that erupted following an attack on tourists in the India-controlled portion of Kashmir. In Pakistan, an unusually intense night of artillery exchanges left at least 4 civilians dead and wounded 12 others in areas near the line of control that divides Kashmir. Local police official Adil Ahmad said. People in border towns said the firing continued well into the morning. And finally, this story. There it is. A robotic Soviet spacecraft has been adrift in space for 53 years. It will return to Earth later this week, or I guess today or tomorrow. Cosmos 482 was launched in March of 1972. If all had gone well, it would have landed on the sweltering surface of Venus and become the 9th of the uncrewed Soviet Venera missions to the planet. Instead, a rocket malfunction left it stranded in Earth orbit. Cosmos 482 has been slowly spiraling back toward Earth ever since. If this artifact that was meant to go to Venus 50 years ago was lost and forgotten for half a century, said Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer. Astrophysics, he's an astrophysicist. He maintains a public catalog of objects in space. But the thing about this particular object is it's cloaked in a protective heat shield because it was designed to try and land on Venus.
Yeah.
The spacecraft weighs roughly 1,050 pounds. It was designed to survive its plunge through the toxic Venusian atmosphere. That means there's a good chance it will survive when it comes through this atmosphere and could make it to the surface of the Earth at least partially intact. The risk of any injuries on the ground is low, he says. I'm not worried. I'm not telling all my friends to go to the basement for this, said Darren McKnight, senior technical fellow at Leo Labs. He says, usually about once a week we have a large object re-enter Earth's atmosphere where some remnants of it will survive on the ground, and it's likely
it'll hit
water because the Earth is mostly water, actually. But it's said it should re-enter Friday or Saturday, so there we go.
Get out my Skylab helmet.
Sorry, remember that?
Yeah.
Sports weather traffic.
I know we're running out of time, so I will just quickly tell you, Bill, the Pirates have fired their manager, Derek Shelton, after a poor start to the season. I feel like baseball just started, and he lost his job.
Every year is a poor start to the season for the Pirates.
That's your sports. I know we're running out of time. Weather, warm and getting warmer. 83 today, 88 tomorrow. We stay in the 80s until the first part of the week.
I didn't wear a jacket today.
Next chance for showers looks like Tuesday. Let's see. Traffic looks great so far. An accident-free start to the drive across the Wasatch Front. No delays, even in the road construction zones right now. If you see something, you can text us and let us know. 33986. Help Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate the new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
Frank Christ, good morning.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
He's here. The Grim Reaper of Celebrity Souls has joined us in the studio. Frank is it's a curse that he has to reap the souls of celebrities because he loves them.
I love our precious celebrities.
Oh, you had a director you took yesterday, didn't you?
Oh, one of them. I don't know.
A minor?
No, I'm not a true celebrity.
Okay.
I felt like I didn't need to do that job myself.
Frank J. Christ, he is a skeletal figure, as Reapers are. He wears the robe, he carries the scythe, but he's got a sort of an update. He goes around on an electric scooter, which I think is great.
Well, I love the environment.
As much as celebrities?
No.
No, not as much.
There's no way I can love anything more than our precious celebrity.
We play a game called Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's a macabre little game where we have a contestant, and is there someone there?
Angie is here.
Angie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
You're good?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Oh,
Thank you, Angie.
There you are. Angie, if you can select a dead celebrity on this list that Frank has given me, because there are 3 celebrities here who are, this Frank says, fine.
Just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken. You identify the dead celebrity and you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see Circle Jerks October 8th at the Depot.
All right. You ready to go?
Yes.
Because this is Fantastic Friday, Frank has given me a list of actors in shark movies. Here we go. Number 1, Bess Armstrong. Her best-known role was Patty Chase on the series My So-Called Life. She was in the movies The Four Seasons, High Road to China, and Nothing in Common. She starred in Jaws 3D. Number 1, Bess Armstrong. Number 2, Tony Sirocco. His early life was marked by multiple arrests and periods of imprisonment for crimes including robbery, assault, and extortion. But he got interested in acting when he was in prison and appeared in Crazy Joe, Goodfellas, Mighty Aphrodite, as well as appearances in 6 other Woody Allen films. And, of course, he was Paulie Walnuts on The Sopranos. He was in Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Number 2, Tony Sirocco. Number 3, Lorraine Gary. She had roles in a lot of TV shows like Night Gallery, Dragnet, McCloud, the Marcus Nelson Murders, which was the pilot for Kojak, and the FBI. She was in the movie 1949. She was Chief Brody's wife in Jaws, Jaws 2, and Jaws the Revenge. Number 3, Lorraine Gary. And finally, Donnell Logue. His film work includes roles in Sneakers, Gettysburg, Little Women, Jerry Maguire, Blade, The Patriot, American Splendor, Zodiac, and The Cloverfield Paradox. He was in the movie Shark Night 3D. Number 4, Donnell Logue. All right, which one of those actors is dead, Angie?
Well, I really have no clue, so I'm going to take a guess at 3.
Lorraine Gary?
Oh, she's fine.
No,
She's just
no,
fine.
she's 87. 87, but she's still kicking. But I'm going to give you another chance, Angie. Listen carefully. Is it Bess Armstrong? Is it Bess Armstrong? Is it Donnell Logue? Or is it Tony Sirico?
I think it might be Tony Sirico.
It is. He died in 2022. He was 79.
Too soon.
He was had dementia. It was in a assisted living home. Congratulations, Angie. You got it on the second chance. You've won the tickets to the Circle Jerks. Congratulations. Say thank you, and we'll put you on hold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I've got to go and check on Billy Joel. He's 76 today.
The piano
Yeah,
man?
maybe I'll have a shot with him. I don't know. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, where is it? There it is. Oh, here, I'm leaving.
Only one crash to tell you about, southbound SR 36. This is out in Tooele at milepost 54. Other than that, things look great. You let me know what you're seeing where you are, though, only if it's safe for you to text 33986.
KXRK Provo, Sean Means reviewing movies after these. Did you know you could stream radio from hell?
Encounters over the weekend. One actually on Friday after I left work. And I went to the pharmacy to pick something up, a pharmaceutical, if you will. And while I was talking to the young woman who was filling my order, and, she's, your name is, and I said, Ralph Allred. That's the name. That's my legal name. Mm-hmm. Middle name is William Bill. But so on, records, it's Ralph, and at the pharmacy, it's Ralph. And while I was talking to her, and I said, Ralph Allred, and there was a guy standing there who worked at the pharmacy. I don't think he's a pharmacist, but standing back. He went, but you're Bill Allred, right? Bill Allred. I said, yeah. And he said, you probably don't know who I am, but I used to be the bass player of the Killer Tomatoes.
Well,
really?
Of course you'd know.
I said, what? Really? He said, yeah. Well, I said, I know, I don't remember you exactly, but of course I know who you are. And I said, so were you there the day that Carrie and I saying you got to fight for your right to party live on the radio on a Saturday morning from Wally's garage? Absolutely.
Oh,
I played the bass that day. That was really fun. I said, what happened to Wally? What happened to Wes? I don't know. I lost track.
Oh.
Isn't that odd?
I was hoping for a Wally update.
Yeah.
he was a character.
Yes, Wally was a character. And, Wally and Wes, the kind of the founders of the Killer Tomatoes. And
That's too bad.
Yeah. And then Saturday, I haven't done a remote in quite a while. So I have this remote at the IFA out on 21st South. And
A remote broadcast, a live in-person appearance.
I show up. Now, it's a big deal. I mean, it's celebrating 100 years in business, IFA, Intermountain Farmers. And I show up, and the place is mobbed. There are people standing at our table, the X96 table. It was outside the store, lined up at the table. There were free hot dogs and hamburgers. People lined up for that. I couldn't barely find a place to park. It was a zoo. It was just And so I walk up to the table and finally, and I mean, I was 10 minutes early. I'm glad you're here. Finally, nice to see you. And we gave away, I don't know how many T-shirts Cameron Diaz had or how many mugs. They were gone in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Whoom, like locusts. And not just people, and not people who just were curious and said, oh, what is this? You got something free? Every single one of these people, big fans of the show and of the radio station. And talked to a lot of people I hadn't seen for ages, listeners, people who've been listening to us for
regulars.
Yeah, many years. Dawn was there, of course.
Of course.
Dawn said, he was really nice. He said, you want me to go stand in line for you and get you a hot dog?
Oh, that's nice.
And I said, no, that's okay, Dawn, thanks. I don't. But as it turned out, the women who were doing the hot dogs and stuff across from us yelled out at me after a while, Bill, you need a hot dog or hamburger? No, I'm okay, thanks. So, I mean, it was just really
I'm surprised
terrific.
you turned down a free hot dog. That's
you're right. That's not like me, but I haven't been well. Anyway,
and a free hot dog won't help.
No.
Did you do any shopping while you were there?
Get you a salt lick?
Now, I didn't. I'll tell you about that in a second, okay? So here's the nice thing. I get there. When I left the house to go to the IFA, it was fairly warm outside, and I thought, I don't need a jacket. Because I'm just gonna get out of the car and go inside the IFA. No, the table was outside and in the shade.
See, it's been a while since you've done a remote.
It was outside and in the shade, and I said, I'm gonna freeze to death here. Well, the manager of the IFA, who, as it turns out, is a longtime friend of the program, his name is East, as in the direction.
Okay.
And I said, so why is your name East? And he said, well, there's an old British graphic novel, comic books and novels, and they were movies, Tom Brown's School Days. And I said, oh, yeah, I've heard of those. And he said, well, one of the major characters in there was named East.
Huh.
And my parents loved that. And East was the guy who was always getting Tom Brown out of trouble or into trouble. I don't remember what he said exactly. But so East, the manager of the store, said, you're going to be cold. Let me get you a Carhartt.
Get yourself a Carhartt.
He went. His wife actually went and came back, and they gave me a Carhartt. And I said, I'd be happy to pay for. No. It's just you can have it. There you go. So they gave me a Carhartt hoodie, and I was just perfectly warm and toasty after that. And there were just, I mean, I didn't have time to catch my breath the whole time I was there. There were people just coming up to the table. Earthquake Matt Outdoor was there with his wife. There were just,
But how was the petting zoo?
That's what everybody
was not
waiting.
there.
Oh.
The
tragedy.
I didn't get the full story, but I think there was a mistake from the ad agency. There are other IFAs, and they're all celebrating, and I think the petting zoo was at another one. But you know what was there? This guy with, I think it's called Earth Wings, he had an owl. You got that picture?
He had an
owl? Look at this.
Oh, you got the picture taken with an owl.
That should be your new avatar.
X96.com. That's Bubo, the eagle owl.
Of course it's Bubo.
And that guy was the most incredible bird. I also tweeted that picture today at RFH Bill.
He looks like he's posing.
He is. Oh, he is.
He's kind of leaning into you like...
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
I've done this.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, that's your new avatar on your Twitters and your Facebooks.
He is he's very, very tame, and they'll let the guy who was with his trainer or his handler, little kids can come up and he say, yeah, you can pet him, just pet.
Like Keith and Leighton did. He just texted.
In Leighton?
Yeah. From Leighton.
Leighton.
If you're going to write it out, you got to put the T in there.
You got to write that out. Yeah. Okay. Is this sponsored?
It should be.
All right. Thank you.
Well, here he is, Sean Patrick Means. He is here to review movies for us. Sean is a writer and editor at the Salt Lake Tribune, sltrib.com, and he is a movie critic. And you can find his movie criticism at moviecricket.net. and here on the radio every Friday. Good morning, Mr. Means. What do we got?
Good morning. It is a light week. Nobody wanted to compete with the second week of Thunderbolts, or whatever we're calling it now. That the spoiler is out.
Yeah.
Still Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
2 movies I can talk about. First, it's called Secret Mall Apartment. This is a documentary about a strange little art project that happened from 2003 to 2007. You had a bunch of artists in Providence, Rhode Island, who were protesting a new shopping mall there. That it was walling off the poorer parts of town. It sort of gentrified the area, and developers were coming in to gentrify it more and tear down the old mill buildings where the artists were living and creating their art. So these artists met each other at Rhode Island School of Design, and the easiest way to describe Rhode Island School of Design is just to know that it's where the members of Talking Heads met.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up. So these artists in 2003 found a way to get into an unused nook in the mall, and they decided that they were going to turn it into a place where they could, put up a couch and some furniture and live there.
They were squatting.
They were squatting.
It's a secret mall apartment.
Yes.
Yeah, but trying to make it covert.
Yeah, it was very definitely covert. They snuck in. They had to like dodge security and sneak in through the fire escape area, stairwells and so on.
How successful were they?
Well, they did it for 4 years. They
Free
videotaped
electricity.
they videotaped themselves doing it because if they didn't, we wouldn't be able to see this movie. Like I said, they kept it going for nearly 4 years. The movie is really good about describing how they did it. They have details about dodging security, getting the furniture in the mall. At one point, they decided that they needed to put up a cinder block wall to block it off, and they brought the cinder blocks in from Home Depot in their car and snuck it all in and put it. Yeah.
Now there are security cameras all over malls.
Well, this is they were not pointed in the right places apparently, and this
Right.
yeah. So where the movie kind of is lacking is I mean they talk a lot about how they did it. They don't talk a lot about why they did it, and there needs to be more of that.
I understand. Yeah.
They did talk to all the artists, but there's not really enough digging into what they were trying to say with this art project. So, 2.5 stars for Secret Mall Apartment.
All right.
It's over at the Broadway if you are interested.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So Clown in a Cornfield.
Clown in a Cornfield.
I like
Okay.
the title.
Without hearing anything else except the title, what kind of movie do you think this
A
is?
comedy.
I would think it would be a horror movie.
Yes, it is very definitely a horror movie because you've got clowns and you've got a cornfield. What more do you need for a horror movie? This is in a small town in Missouri, and we have the new girl coming into high school, Quinn. She befriends a group that the sheriff and the town's adults think are bad news because recently the town's main industry, the corn syrup factory, burned to the ground, and everybody blames the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these teens spend a lot of their time making YouTube videos where they have turned the factory's happy mascot, Friendo the Clown. Friendo. Into a psycho killer. And Quinn gets initiated into one of these fake horror videos. But soon she figures out that there's a real clown killer out there. And unfortunately, the movie has to kill a couple of cast members first to make that happen. I think we're on the pendulum swing back to the where the one black character dies first. Remember that was the cliche, and then after a while it was like that one would always survive. The black character would always survive to the end, just to counter that.
Night of the Living Dead made that happen.
Yeah, we've swung back to yeah. But that's how it goes when you're in a horror movie. So yeah, there's a good mix of bloody horror, jump scares, and ironic humor here. The director Eli Craig, he did. I think this is one you liked, Carrie. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, yes, I like that. That's a great movie.
He made that one a few years ago. So he's got the balance of scary and funny down pretty well. There is a cool twist about midway through that I won't spoil because it might freak you out. 3 stars.
Okay.
For Clown in a Cornfield.
And is it playing around town?
It's at a few theaters, including Brewvies.
Okay.
And then it's going to be on Shudder in a few weeks if you'd rather stay home and watch it there. So,
all right. Clown in a Cornfield.
Clown in a Cornfield.
I like the idea.
So
Friendo, huh?
Yep, that's about all we got this week.
That's not much.
There's something called Strike Force that is something with Kerry Washington and guns. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea if it's any good. They didn't show it to us. I didn't have a chance. good luck.
Is that in theaters? Or?
It's in theaters.
I got the feeling it was on a streaming, but okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
There's a movie coming out, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's it's got Margaret Qualley in it, and it's got directed by Ethan Coen.
Yes. Honey, don't.
Honey, that's it. Honey,
Yes.
don't. But so are Joel and Ethan Coen breaking up?
They have.
I know they've done a couple.
Professionally,
This isn't the first time,
they have professionally gone their separate ways. Ethan had his first solo directing effort actually a couple years ago with Margaret Qualley called Drive Away Dolls.
Right, I remember that.
With Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viswanathan, who is one of my favorite actresses. And Ethan's work goes. He seems to enjoy sort of comic film noir, comic cops and robbers type of stuff, and that's what that one was, and that's what this one appears to be. And he apparently really likes Margaret Qualley, because what's not to like?
And
really?
which one directed Macbeth?
That was Joel.
That's Joel.
Yeah, and and you can see the split. You know,
I'm going to be serious.
I'm going.
I
Ethan,
am not going to be serious.
And you can also see how when they were together, that's how you got Fargo, and that's how you got Miller's Crossing, and that's how you got a lot of these Lebowski, where you did have this sort of tension and mix between the serious and.
So, are they going to not make movies together at all? Or was this an amicable thing, or is it an argument?
I think it was very. I think it was amicable. I think it was also. I think Joel was semi-retired. I think after Macbeth, he was going to sort of be done for a while.
Okay.
So.
Well, next week we got. I know we got Clown in a Cornfield this week, but the big horror movie that everyone has been waiting for is next week.
Final Destination.
Final Destination: Bloodlines, a sequel, prequel. I'm not sure exactly what.
We find out why the Angel of Death is after these people.
After these particular people.
Yeah.
It also has a cameo in his final role, Tony Todd.
Oh, that's right.
So who was the coroner in the original series?
That's right.
And what's this other movie?
Hurry Up Tomorrow. This is a thriller about a musician who meets a mysterious stranger. It's got Jenna Ortega and Abel Tesfaye, who you would know better as The Weeknd, in it.
Oh,
so yeah. So that one I don't know. That looks interesting, but they haven't told us if they're going to screen it yet. So
all right.
Next week might be very light for that reason too.
All right, thank you, Sean Means. Go to moviecricket.net for stuff related to Sean's movie reviews, and of course sltrib.com.
All right, thank you very much.
Car on the sidewalk, Main Street near Vine. This is southbound, partially blocking the right lane. That's the only accident UDOT's reporting, and you haven't reported any either, so it looks like a good commute out there. If that changes, let us know, 33986. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
All right.
We got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you will be considering. I wanted to call this one, let's find a handbasket, because we're going to go straight to hell and we need one. But people like this are making our laws. That's number one. Number two, your best is far from good enough. And number three, Joe Rogan says the R word is back.
Boy. All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by.
You know the drill by now. I'm going to give you a keyword. And your better chance to win is if you get that one. And then 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15, because every time we give out a keyword and you text it in, that's an entry into this nationwide contest for $1,000. All the rules are at x96.com. Your keyword for this hour is bet. Bet, B-E-T, bet. Text that to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 cash in this nationwide contest.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so we'll take a break. We'll be back. UtahAdvocates.com.
The reality of being in an accident is just stunning. I mean, if you've been in a serious accident,
yes.
I've been in one a long time ago. I mean, the sounds of the metal and the glass. And
still think about it.
Yeah, it's just horrifying, and you don't know what to do. You're stunned.
Exactly.
Because not only are you hurt, possibly, but you're like, great, I'm going to be out of work. Well, what is that going to look like?
I'm in the hospital. Geez, man. So you need somebody to advocate for you, because you're not in a good enough position to do it yourself. So that's why you call the advocates. 801-355-5550. You didn't deserve to be in an accident, but you do deserve an advocate. Now, when you call them, if they take your case, they don't charge you any money. That you won't pay a dime out of pocket throughout the whole process while they fight to get you a settlement. And believe me, they will. 801-355-5550 or online, Utah Advocate.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things that must go from your life. You can't stand it anymore. I can't stand no more. So you say, I know, I'll send this to Radio from Hell, and maybe this, it'll make me feel better, and maybe these things will actually disappear from my life. So if you want to participate in Must Go, just send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com, put Must Go in the subject line, and then state your grievances, and we'll see what we can do about it. Let's see, I'll go first. I have a couple of my own. I'm tired of this phrase. We just don't need to hear, I love me some. I love me some fried potatoes.
Oh, but I love me some fried potatoes.
I love me some scuba diving. I love me some peppermint. I don't give a, just, that must go. I love me some. And then phone interviews, like on news programs particularly, where the correspondent is interviewing someone on the phone, and there's a dog barking continually in the background, or a child crying continually in the background, or, whatever it is.
Or they're in
At
their
least
car with the
acknowledge
window
it.
rolled down.
At least acknowledge it, or say, you know what, let's continue this at another time, because it's too irritating. But they just don't even acknowledge it. The dog barks and the people talk, and it's... this one says, you may use my name. Okay, Flint. This is your sole left-leaning listener in Montpelier, Idaho, which is Bear Lake area. My thing that must go is unsatisfying buttons that don't click. Like the gummy ones on my garage door opener. Some kind of positive feedback, like a beep, so I know I pushed it. That's all. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
This one says, feel free to use my name, Data Dave. Old milk must go.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids. One is 5, the other is 2. They love milk, which is fine. What needs to go is finding sippy cups that are half or more full of milk that has been left out for God knows how long. It's gross and plays havoc with my OCD. I love them dearly, and they aren't old enough to blame, but I have grown to hate milk more than just about anything else in the whole rotten old world.
Wow.
I'll keep the kids, but the milk can just get the hell out. This one says, poor work ethic, laziness, cost of living, taxes, crappy government, greed. Oh, my God, the list goes on. Must go. Tana. And then finally this one, I'm in the process again for the more than I can count time to verify and re-list all of my medications and supplements for a medical appointment. Why is it that it's always recorded incorrectly? I mean, if it's so important, why can't they ever get it right? Please, please, for the love of all that's holy, make this go away. Thank you, Lords Anonymous. Gina?
This is from Ashley. Things that must go. The 30-minute lines to get onto Hill Air Force Base. People can't get out of their driveways on Hillfield Road. Hundreds of cars idling. It must be pretty bad, and it must go. This from Ian of Sandy. Dearest Lords, feel free to use my name. Me remembering for weeks and weeks each Tuesday to send these in, only to forget to do so by the time I've gotten home to listen to things that must go. But you did it this time, Ian. You got it. Let's see. Bill's current and increased bodily struggles must go. Bill, having largely dropped the moniker Handsome Bill Allred, must go. Really? Given his strong stance on a few subjects, in my opinion, he should be proudly referring to himself as the handsome and youthful Bill Allred of the great Salt Lake City.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I don't feel so handsome these days.
Let's see. And finally, having no air conditioning myself at home, and for y'all in the studio during these 90-degree-plus days, fans and spray bottles bring little or no relief.
Yep.
Let's see. This from Ann in Immigration Canyon. One thing that must go is tiny public bathroom stalls with doors that open toward the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I'm exiting the stall, you have to almost back up and stand over the toilet to get the door back open again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, finally, these from Tony, my things that must go. Being unable to decide what to bring to a picnic. That's terrible.
Oh, no.
And Carrie being unable to finish off a milkshake because we're just served too much at restaurants. I
Yeah.
can't finish them either.
I can't, no.
Carrie?
All right. Let's see. This one from Whitney. My sister and I have been keeping this list. So here we go. Things that must go. Cold butter on toast, pancakes, waffles. Cold butter on anything, really. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
When the camera doesn't pause long enough in a show for you to read a text message.
Oh, yeah,
So
when
you
they
have
show
to-
a phone.
You have to go
yes.
back. You have to hit pause, find your glasses, and read it. Yeah. Packaged foods with a perforated edge that you shouldn't need scissors for, but when you pull the tab, the top part of the package is still sealed, and you need scissors anyway. Pickle jars with lids so tight that you need a husband to open them.
Where do I get one of those?
I always call my husband. The long goodbye on the phone, especially in a professional setting. It goes like this. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Sounds good. Thanks for the call. Anytime. You have a great week. You too. You too. Have a good one. Have a good one. Am I being held hostage? There you go. Let's see, this one from Zane. Did you ever notice when you first watched Independence Day, the movie, you realized the president didn't have any Secret Service with him until way later in the show?
Oh.
Interesting. Our air conditioning went out. It was 90 degrees in our house for about a week, so bless you all for dealing with this AC situation. I love being a redhead, but what must go is that I get a sunburn very, very easy. Washing her car, and then the bird decides to make it dirty right after you get it washed.
Yeah.
And my wife not being able to get better after 2 visits to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zane.
Now make that 3 visits, and she's in so much pain.
Oh.
Marianne, let's see. Had a blast at a water park with my twins yesterday, only to wake up with positional vertigo.
Oh, I
this
hate that.
morning.
I've had that.
Luckily, I'm married to a physician, and he knew how to talk me through the positional exercises needed to at least get me to the point where I can stand up again. I suspect it was one of the wild slides I went on at the water park that triggered it, but that must go. And finally this, I have just one very annoying, totally inane problem. When eating your way through a jar of peanuts, you sometimes get that one really bitter, really bitter peanut. That's got to go.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Because on this day, in 1979, The Cure released their debut studio album, Three Imaginary Boys. And that is the first track.
Wow, I've never heard that.
10:15 on a Saturday night? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's we used to play that.
We used to. Yeah.
I don't remember it.
But there you go. 79. All right. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 9, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt.
I'll get to boner candidate number 1 in just a second. But Gina pointed this out to me today and said, I should nominate this for a boner. I'm not gonna, because it's just there's too much. There's just too much.
It really is. I mean,
on the 80th anniversary of Victory Day, a holiday marking the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany, Donald Trump sparked worldwide criticism by sharing a photo of U.S. Marines raising the flag at Iwo Jima, which a World War II moment totally unrelated to the occasion.
Like how many months later?
The president shared an image on his Truth Social of the Iwo Jima Memorial with the words World War II and Victory Day superimposed over it. Well, that battle did not mark the end of the war, as that happened months before Victory Day in 1945. Trump's post, however, was seemingly in support of last week's announcement, in which he announced he was renaming May 8th as Victory Day for World War II and November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. We did more than any other country by far, Trump shared. We won both wars, but we never celebrate anything. We're going to start celebrating our victories again. Oh, and by the way, the Iwo Jima, this was the war against Japan. This was fighting in the South Pacific. This was had nothing to do with the war in Europe.
Separate thing.
Nothing to do with
time,
it.
And it wasn't even the same time.
Same time, same. It's too much.
Does he really not know? Does he really not know?
Gina,
he doesn't know. He doesn't care.
It's none of that. He's stupid.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's just
all
dumb.
show. It is all show. See, we're talking about this instead of the bribery that's happening this weekend. You know.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. People like this are making our laws.
Okay, that was not number 1.
No.
All right.
This is boner candidate number 1. Representative Randy Fine recently added to his ever-growing list of bigoted remarks, endorsing the starvation campaign against Palestinians in Gaza, falsely accusing a Muslim member of Congress of being a terrorist, and doubling down on those beliefs to Huffington Post this week. The Florida Republican dealt with major online backlash last week for his response to a post by Representative Rashida Tlaib, Democrat, Michigan, in which she labeled Israel's ongoing aid blockade to Gaza a war crime, as it causes mass starvation in the war-torn Palestinian territory. The only way to end this genocide is with an arms embargo, Tlaib wrote on Thursday. Time for my colleagues to end their silence. Representative Fine replied the following day with a string of inflammatory posts that falsely called Tlaib, who is a Palestinian American who was born and raised in Michigan, a terrorist. His post also included hashtags that endorsed starving people in Gaza, despite it being a violation of international humanitarian law to use starvation as a weapon. Tell your fellow Muslim terrorists to release the hostages and surrender, Fine wrote, referring to the remaining Israelis being held captive by Hamas. Until then, starve away.
Because that's what Jesus would do.
And then he says, hey, Muslim terrorists, cry harder, starve away, which was followed by, I love blocking Muslim terrorists. They clearly aren't too hungry. Keep on starving.
You know, there are babies there.
Yeah.
You know, there are
boner
innocent
candidate
people there.
Number 1. People like this are making our laws. This is boner candidate number 2. Your best is far from good enough. Mm-hmm. During a Senate hearing to review the FBI's budget request, Director Kash Patel was forced to admit that despite the law requiring it, he didn't have a budget to review.
Nope.
This surprising development came during an awkward back and forth with Senator Patty Murray, the ranking Democrat and vice chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee, which oversees and approves budget requests. Senator Murray reminded the FBI director that the budget request was legally required last week.
Yeah.
And after the director responded, she surprisingly added, and your answer is you just understand you're just not going to follow the law? I am following the law, and I am working with my interagency partners to do this and get you the budget that you are required to have, Patel said. And then the discussion went from bad to worse, culminating in Senator Murray calling Patel's preparation for the budget hearing without a budget insufficient and deeply disturbing. You have no timeline? Well, we also need a full budget request, not a single paragraph of wild talking points that we saw with the skinny budget proposal. We're now having a budget hearing without a budget request. So, Director Patel, where is the budget request for the FBI? It's being worked on, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Have you reviewed it? Have you approved it? But no, not yet. When will we get it? Well, as soon as I can get it from my interagency partners and get it approved. 6 months from now? I don't know, ma'am. I'm not going to take that time. Well, how do we as Congress do our budget work without the request without the spent one? Well, ma'am, I'm here. I'm doing the best I can.
No, you're not.
I can't make up answers. I'm not going to commit to you to work on getting you the information you need. This is insufficient and deeply disturbing.
Yeah.
I have given my response.
The best you can would be to comply with the law.
The budget ready. No, you're spending too much time in Nevada at
or you know what?
At fights.
Maybe this is the best he can.
Maybe it is the best. Yeah.
He is incapable of following the law.
This
That's the best he can do.
Maybe that was the first true thing he said in a long time.
Boner candidate number 2. Your best is far from good enough. Oh. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Joe Rogan says the R word is back.
All right. Boner candidate number 3. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
The Utah Brewers Guild invites you to the Great Beer Mashup Saturday, May 10th at the Woodbine Food Hall. Utah's most talented craft brewers will release a plethora of new collaborative beers for your tasting pleasure. Get tickets at utahbrewersguild.org. Must be at least 21 to attend.
Referred to here as X-Men's Liev Shriver, shared his support for his and Naomi Watts' 16-year-old daughter, Kai, after she came out as transgender. He said, Kai was always who Kai is. Because of this, he explained that he, Kai, and his wife, Taylor Neeson, with whom he also shares Hazel, who's 19 months old, will be supporting the Alley Forney Center, which is an organization that provides housing and support for homeless LGBTQ youth. This isn't just about representing the trans community, he said. This is actually a community of people who don't have great resources, who don't have access to help, who aren't being protected and looked after by their families. These are people who are being rejected by society. These are people who are experiencing the harshest version of humanity that we can offer, and some of them are not surviving it, Shriver said. As for his advice to parents of trans teens, he noted that it's the same advice he'd give a parent of any teenager. You know, teenagers are just an effing headache. They're hard, he said. It doesn't matter whether they're trans or not, because you'll come out of this, but a trans teen is going to be a teen. And, of course, Kai's transition isn't the only journey her parents are proud of. Earlier this year, Naomi, who married Billy Crudup in 2023, celebrated Kai making her Fashion Week debut during Valentino's March 9th exhibition at Paris Fashion Week. There you go.
I'm glad Kai has supportive parents.
Yeah. During the entire month of May, Fox News is working to help eliminate school lunch debt. More power to them. It's an issue that they've covered extensively in 2023. When you look at your receipts from the store, bank statements, or gas station totals, you know the cost of living continues to increase and rarely, if it ever, goes down. So it's no surprise with the current high cost of living that school lunch numbers have increased for the second year in a row. Fox asked each one of the state's school districts to share the amount of unpaid lunch debt carried by their families. This year, the number surpasses $3.6 million, a 31% increase from 2024 and a 90% jump since 2023. The parents say they aren't surprised. We're a middle-class family, and it's still hard sometimes with rising costs and everything. School lunches have gone up, and it does affect a lot of families, said one parent. Well, kids can't learn when they're hungry, the governor has said. But even with those solutions, the debt continues to pile up. Lately when you go to the liquor store, they say, would you mind rounding up for the homeless, a fund for the homeless? I think we need to have some stores do that for school lunch debt.
Or we just need our legislature to
Erase
budget and like other states have been able to do, and a school lunch is paid for.
School lunch should be free.
School lunch, the state will take care of.
Just erase the debt.
Yes,
and say it's free. Keeping kids happy, healthy, and fed at schools is an important job, and one Ogden School District employee is being recognized for her work in doing just that. I think yesterday was yesterday or the day before, National Lunch Lady Day, Appreciation Day. Christine Sonner is at the heart of the cafeteria at Polk Elementary School in Ogden. They said they needed subs in the cafeteria, so I just started substituting, and I just fell in love with it, and I've just stayed. That was 32 years ago. She's been a lunch lady for 32 years. And she doesn't look that much like a lunch lady, does she?
Looks more like a nurse.
Says, another fun thing when you see the older kids and they're like, hey, you were my lunch lady.
Yeah.
And I was, yeah, I was. I think that's great. And so she was honored yesterday. Let's see. For the first time since the woman who kidnapped her was taken into custody for breaking parole stipulations by visiting local parks, Elizabeth Smart is speaking out about the arrest of Wanda Barzee in a statement posted to her foundation's website on Thursday and in a video on her Instagram. Smart shared her thoughts on the arrest and how it matched the concerns she had about Barzee's initial release on parole in 2018. Barzee was arrested at her home May 1 after investigation showed she had visited Liberty Park in Salt Lake, which is a violation of her parole as a registered sex offender, in which she is prohibited from going into any community parks. When she was arrested, Barzee told police she went to the park because God told her to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was commanded by the Lord, is how she said, to go visit Sugar House Park. Now, Elizabeth Smart said Barzee's reasoning was, quote, very familiar to me and probably the most concerning to me because that's how they justified kidnapping me.
Well, God told us to.
Smart said that last week's arrest, she recalled words her mother told her after she was rescued in 2003, that Barzee and her husband, Brian David Mitchell, should not steal another second of her life. Although this situation has arisen, I refuse to live my life in fear, she said. I refuse to allow anybody to stop me from living my life. And she said she hopes that the latest Barzee incident puts survivors in the center of the legal process, claiming that they understand the risks that others may overlook in the system. The CDC reports over 1,000 cases of measles in Texas. Well, over 1,000 cases of measles in 2025. Texas hit the hardest with that. They have 702 confirmed cases of measles. Ivanka Trump, she's going to focus on fresh produce. Who cares?
You mean like Michelle Obama tried to, and everyone gave her a hard time about it?
That was the nanny state, and I don't want Michelle Obama telling me how to raise my kids.
She had
and all
a nice,
that.
Fresh garden at
she's
White
going,
House.
She's going to make it her business to help get fresh food into people's diets.
Michelle Obama was vilified for that.
That's all she wanted to do.
Yeah.
133 cardinals were assembled at the Vatican for the top-secret conclave, and they chose the first American pope, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, now going by the name Pope Leo XIV. Pope Leo XIV.
All right.
And that's great news.
We like him. He's a good one.
Seems good.
Weather, traffic.
Okay, so 61 right now, going to be 83 today, so we're warming up quickly. Could be close to 90 this weekend. Next chance of showers looks like Tuesday, and things will cool off a little bit, but quite warm for several days. Traffic, we have a crash on the exit ramp from I-15 northbound to go to Layton Parkway, blocking the right side. A car is facing sideways there. Let's see. That's the only incident that UDOT's reporting, and I don't think you've sent anything in as well, but you certainly can if you see something. There's somebody that's letting us know that Layton Parkway one. Thank you, Infiniteam, for that. 33986 is where you send in whatever you're seeing on the roads. The Daybreak Home and Garden Show happening May 16th through the 18th at the new Daybreak Field in South Jordan. The Daybreak Home and Garden Show offers demos, vendors, seminars, project inspirations for everything your home needs inside and out. Go to x96.com for more information.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Joe Rogan says the R word is back. In a recent episode of his podcast, Joe Rogan declared what he sees as the latest triumph in the cultural battle over language, the return of the R word. Quote, every time I see people that disagree with any that's happening, any gigantic world events, it's one of those retarded shows, where they're screaming, he said on April 10th on an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. And then he interrupted himself to go on a quick rant about the word. The word retarded is back. And it's one of the great cultural victories that I think is spurred on probably by podcasts, he said. Rogan is right, at least in some circles, the word is back. Why was it relegated to the dustbin, or should it have been? Well, let me find this part of the story. Timothy Shriver, the chairman of the Special Olympics International, noted that the word is used across the political spectrum. People on the left and people on the right have treated people with intellectual disabilities in subhuman ways historically, Shriver said. But still, There are some political dynamics at play. Keith Luna, a linguistics professor who teaches a course on forbidden language, said the word has emerged as a cultural signifier used by people on the cultural and political right to reinforce a group allegiance and to create further division. There's this term. It's called the politics of cruelty, Luna said.
There you go.
It's a political ploy to marginalize opponents, but it also reinforces this kind of group loyalty. Boner candidate number 3, Joe Rogan says the R word is back. No, it's not, Joe.
It's not, Joe.
It's not.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, people like this are making our laws. Representative Randy Fine, Republican of Florida, talking about, calling people Muslim terrorists, calling Rashida Tlaib a Muslim terrorist, and then endorsing the policy of starving people to death in Gaza. Boner candidate number 2, your best is far from good enough, Kash Patel, who went to a Senate hearing to review the budget for the FBI, and he didn't have a budget with him. And he doesn't know when he's going to have it.
It was a week late already.
Doesn't know when he's going to have it. And then Boner candidate number 3, Joe Rogan says the R word is back.
All right. Time to get you to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. You decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one do you think should be Boner of the Day? Put that single digit 1, 2, or 3 in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Easy. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll be happy to talk to you live. 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, Boner Voting, May 9, 2025. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Okay, you got like 3.5 minutes is all to get your vote in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day. Have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy coming up at 8. Stand by. Harmon's for Mother's Day.
That's Sunday, you know. Mother's Day is on Sunday. And, you know, Harmon's is open on Sunday.
Yeah, you could go.
Conceivably.
But you got to go on Saturday or go today.
Today's better.
And get everything you need for a wonderful Mother's Day brunch that you can have right. It's too hard to get into a restaurant. Do brunch at home.
Harmon's, why don't you do the cinnamon rolls for the brunch?
That's a good idea.
They make delicious, right in store. They make them, and it smells so good when they're making them.
Oh yeah.
Get some croissants as well, baked fresh in the store. Get some, and then go spring for some of that fancy French butter or Irish butter or something. And it's just anything you need for Mother's Day, you're going to find it at Harmon's.
Fresh squeezed orange juice.
I love it.
And the flowers. Don't forget about the flowers. Now, you can go in and they have a bunch of different flower arrangements ready to go. They're always beautiful, but they'll make you a special one if you want.
You know, we haven't mentioned V chocolate strawberries.
Oh, yum.
How about some outdoor hanging plants? Just great stuff at Harmon's for Mother's Day. Go there. This is a list. Okay. It's the causes of death in London in 1632, for the entire year of 1632.
By the way, this list is going to give me more things to worry about. Stuff that had not occurred to me.
Probably.
From hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Now, some of the causes of death are typical things that you would hear about today.
All right.
Such as drowning or sickness.
Yeah.
But others, such as planet-stricken. What is planet-stricken? Well,
werewolves.
It may sound like something from a sci-fi story, but it came from the belief that the position of planets could affect one's health. Oftentimes, people who displayed symptoms of illness, such as heart attack or stroke, were thought to be affected by the position of the planets. And so this was listed as their cause of death. There are others here that I've been trying to look up and can't find any.
Well, let me.
But here we go. Now, some of these you'll figure. 445 people died, were aborted or stillborn. Abortive or stillborn.
Okay.
Affrighted.
Affrighted?
People died by being
Scared to
affrighted.
death.
Scared to death. One person.
Werewolves.
Aged out 628. Ague 43.
Ague?
How do you spell that?
Ague. Ague is like. I even used the word in a speech in a play.
It's fever and shivering.
Yeah.
It's like malaria.
I had a line that said, "May famine and the ague eat you up." Apoplexy.
Okay.
Or Megrum, and Megrum, whatever that is, MEAGROM, 17 people. One person died by being bit by a mad dog. There's your werewolf. 3 people died from bleeding. 300, yes?
Oh, no, just...
348 bloody flux.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Or scouring and flux.
Wow.
28 people died from bruised issues, sores, and ulcers.
Yeah.
Bloody flux is dysentery.
5 people were burnt or scalded. 9 people burst and ruptured. Oh, here you go, Carrie.
Werewolves.
10 people, cancer, and wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah.
You died of wolf?
You died of wolf.
Number
you have
1.
died of wolf.
1 person, canker. 171 child died in, it says child bed, so I assume that means
Crib death?
Crib death.
Crib death, yeah.
2,268 chrysomes, CHRISOMES, and infants.
Chrysome's death is, it's more like crib death.
Oh, okay.
Unexplained.
Yeah.
55 people, colds and cough. 56, colic, stone, and strangulary, being strangled somehow. 1,797 people died of consumption. 241 from convulsions. Well, I don't know what this one is. 5 people died cut of the stone. It explains it here. It's having kidney stones.
Kidney stone.
Yeah. Died of kidney stones.
Dead in the street.
No, died during surgery for kidney stones.
Surgery for kidney.
Dead in the street and starved, 6. Dropsy and swelling, 267.
I think I've had dropsy.
I think you have too. I think you have it now.
Dropsy is swelling.
It's like
swelling associated with cardiac failure, lung problems, malnutrition.
Falling sickness, 7 people. 1,100 people, fever. 13, fistula. Oh, I looked that one up. A fistula is
Three 986.
All right, 7:50. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by Nachos.
And Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Well, Oh, I misread that.
There.
That's a lot of voting.
It is.
At first I thought number 2 and number 3 had 50 some odd votes each, but then I see there's a spacing problem there.
Yeah.
Number 1, the guy, the racist Florida legislator, got 104 votes. Your best is far from good enough. Kash Patel got 59 votes, which is pretty respectable. But with 156 votes, Boner candidate number 3, Joe Rogan, says the R word is back.
Yep. There you go. And if that's your Boner of the Day for May 9, 2025, now qualified to be Boner of the Week, that will be decided by Dave the Flower Guy when he gets here at 9:50 this morning.
Hey, Gina, what's in the bag?
I have made a horrible mistake.
What? What's in the bag?
So we did a story last week.
Yeah.
About the new limited edition Oreo cookies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was like a graham.
No.
Pretzel. Oh, yeah,
chocolate pretzel Oreo, which I got super excited about.
Sounds great.
Because I love a chocolate-covered pretzel.
Of course.
And I went to the Oreo website, and I was going to order a box. And I told you guys this when I went to the website. You know, the box was like $10, but then the shipping was like $20. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. So I went to the grocery store, and on the shelf I see
You see
the chocolate-covered
that's them.
Oreo pretzel, and it says right on limited edition. You know, they're not going to be around long. So what did I do? Knowing that I'm going to love this and not be able to get them, I bought 3 boxes of them because I'm like,
3 packages.
3 packages
Okay.
because surely I'm going to want to put
You're gonna
this in
want
my
it.
food storage.
Yeah.
So this is
They're-
just a,
And they'll live forever.
and
so.
this is just a regular size package of Oreos.
Yeah.
Well, how- I
If you
forget.
go to x96.com/live, you can see.
All right.
They're horrible.
Really?
No.
Try it.
Okay.
I bought 3 of these. I went home. I opened the package. I poured myself a little glass of milk because I like a glass
the
of
way you
milk
like
with
'em,
my
yeah.
Oreo.
Hey, got any milk out there?
I dunked it,
Jimmy, you bring any milk? Special milk?
and I put 4 Oreo cookies on a little plate with my milk because I get like a little coffee mug and
Smells good.
saucer.
Okay.
Put them on there. I ate one of them. I'm like, these are terrible.
So now this is supposed to be a pretzel.
the cookie
kind of
is
cookie.
the cookie is a pretzel.
The
And then
cookie
it's-
is a pretzel,
and it's
and the
got
filling
filling,
is it's
chocolate.
not the white Oreo
No,
filling. It's a
it's
chocolate
chocolate
filling. All right.
filling.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Am I up in the night? They don't taste like a chocolate covered pretzel, that's for sure. They're weird, right?
No.
It's just different.
It's not what you were expecting, though, is it?
No, it's not what I was expecting.
And
but-
maybe that's
I would like it to be more pretzel-y, but it doesn't taste bad.
it's bitter.
No, it's not.
Oh, I'm not getting bitter.
I think that was bile. That was
But
the
no,
bile that you had,
I
the
got-
anger.
So I don't know if we want to put these in the chicken bucket because I got 3 of these.
No, I'll take one
I
home.
don't want them. I'm so mad about this.
I don't know
Well,
what's the matter with you.
let's put one in the chicken bucket because Sue says ours are coming today. So.
I'll take one home.
I'm so mad. I get excited for the special. Like when the s'more ones came out, I did the same thing. I bought a couple and tucked them away because they're limited. When the Post Malone ones came, I brought them and I
Those
tucked
were
them
good.
away.
You still have them?
No, they're
No,
gone.
they're long gone. These would be good with milk, though.
These taste fine.
Let me try it again.
Try it again. Here. Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe you were just in a mood.
They're not, you know, they don't really taste that pretzel-y, but they're good.
And maybe that's it. Maybe I had. It's my fault.
They're
I
a
had
little salty.
I had an expectation.
Go get some salt.
They
And
seem
let's
salty already.
Let's open it up and sprinkle some salt on that chocolate.
No, they seem salty to me already. I wouldn't put more salt on mine.
I don't know.
Well,
I went from the gamut of emotions from super excited to get home to try it.
I'm really pissed off about what's going on in the world. You, full of bile about a cookie.
Well, no, that's just it, Bill. I'm looking for the tiny things that will make me happy, and I thought this was going to be one of them.
Yeah, I think you just had an expectation of what it would be, and it didn't meet that expectation.
Because they're not bad.
I don't like it. Well, I'm lousy with chocolate covered pretzel Oreos.
I don't
now.
give one to the chicken bucket.
Well, I don't know if we ought to palm them off on somebody if you think they're awful.
If you win a chicken bucket, let us know how.
Let's put one cookie in every chicken bucket. We have interns who could wrap them. No.
And I'll tell you exactly what I did.
What?
I got home from the store, and I took 2 of these downstairs to the food storage and put them on
And
the
put it in the
shelf.
storage.
And then I came upstairs and opened it and poured my milk and put the cookies. And then I went back downstairs.
So this forced you to
got 'em out.
go up and down the stairs 2 times.
I
That was
said, I'm
terrible.
taking these to work. I hate them.
That'd also make you angry.
I had them all set. They were
They're-
gonna get me through the next 2 months.
They have a little aftertaste.
They
too.
did a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, it's not necessarily a bad aftertaste, but it kind of lingers.
I'll take the ones that you don't want.
Okay.
You know, I'll eat them.
Yeah, I think they're
All right.
they're fine.
Okay. Well,
Sorry you had such a horrifying experience. I don't know.
I'm looking for
it'll be days before you get over this.
Luckily, we got a good Pope yesterday, or
So you had
my
some
whole
good
day
news.
would have been ruined.
oh, damn, sorry.
That's okay. See, look, I just took one bite out of this one. I haven't even finished it yet.
Oh, my God.
Finish it.
Finish it.
Finish it.
Finish it.
Let's see. Layton Parkway ramp to go to I-15 is closed. You're going to need to use an alternate route through there. And that's it. We've got a couple people writing in about that. Infinity members saying car wreck blocking Layton Parkway exit northbound. Yep. That seems to be the only incident, though. If you see something, though, feel free to share it with us. 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss the Garcia Project Grateful Dead tribute band this Friday and Saturday night at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. Have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy coming up after these messages. KXRK Provo. Stand by for that. Lim Jewelers. It's Mother's Day. Probably a last-minute Mother's Day gift at Lim Jewelers.
But good news. Lim Jewelers has a huge selection of jewelry right there in the case. Lim Jewelers is a great place to go for custom jewelry, but they make a bunch of beautiful jewelry that's all available there in their case. Go see them. These are friends of the program, family-owned business. They've been around for 75 years, the Lim family.
They've been listening to us that long.
For 75 years. If you walk in there and tell them you heard about it on X96, you guys can talk about the boner of the day while you're shopping for jewelry for mom. And if you're a mom, maybe you go in there today and you can give Lim Jewelers, like, I like this piece and that piece and that piece. And then you can tell your family, I put a couple things on hold there, and you can go pick one of them so that way you get something that you like for mom. 574 East Fort Union Boulevard in Midvale, Lim Jewelers.
$7 a.m., I think it was.
709.
7:09.
A 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit the Wasatch Front, and it was our last day. So the pandemic started like a week. I mean, officially,
we were about to leave the studio, weren't we?
Well, we had talked about it, but we weren't. And then the earthquake hit on this day 5 years ago, and then we never came back for like 2.5 years.
We all went home.
Katie was here.
Yeah, Katie was here.
Now,
we all went home, and I remember being home, and there was an aftershock, and I felt that.
Oh, I want to compare this, and we're gonna play you for here just a second.
Maybe.
Oh.
What happened that day when we were on the air?
She's still trying to find it. So,
but I heard another radio person talking about this the other day, and he said, I was right in the middle of doing a traffic report, and I felt this, and I thought, oh, that's an earthquake. I know that's an earthquake. I wonder if I should say something about it.
Well,
and then I just threw back to the anchor.
This is a news person?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Working at a news station.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not a news station, but we were talking about it. We took phone calls for an hour.
I went to, and then I went out to Todd's house because we shut down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And I went out to Todd's house. I asked my wife, "Are you guys okay up there at home?" And she said, "Yeah, go ahead." And so I went out to Todd's, and we felt aftershocks at Todd's, and we talked to people on the air for several hours. Todd and I did.
And it was especially egregious here in this studio because our studio is, kind of a walkway for.
It's on a bridge.
It's a bridge that's between two buildings, and so the bridge was shaking more so than everywhere else.
The creepiest part to me too was we were instructed to leave the building.
Yeah,
so we did. And I was waiting out front. I forget why I was standing around out front.
Because everybody was.
Well, and leaning against the building. And then there was an aftershock and the building shook. And that was the worst. Oh.
I was like, I got to get my car out of the parking structure. I don't want the building falling on my car.
That was my thought, too.
And Festus at the time was working at Fox News.
Yeah, that's right.
He was a camera guy at Fox News. And I think it was Scott McCain that was outside here.
McCain does like to set up out here.
And I remember when we left the building, I ran over there, and they were in a commercial break, but I poked my head in the camera, and I said, Festus, Mama loves you and is thinking about you because I knew he was at the TV station.
We have the
Oh, we
audio
do?
if you want to
Okay.
hear it. It's just a minute. Okay, so folks, keep in mind this is recording from 5 years ago. This is not happening right now. Okay, so here we go.
This is what happened.
For those who don't know, we're talking about Dave, the flower guy. He decides who boner of the week is. And this is a recording. Okay.
We had said, I called him last week and said, Dave, we don't want you to come into the studio on Friday. We'll call you and you can pick the boner of the week on the phone. And he said, okay. And so we called him and we didn't get an answer this past Friday. I called him yesterday and I said, Dave, are you okay?
We're having an earthquake.
Yeah. No.
Oh, we are having an earthquake. That is a bit of an earthquake there. Oh my.
Are we still on the air?
We're still on the air.
Okay. We're downtown Salt Lake and the whole building is shaking like hell.
Yeah.
It's letting go now. It's stopping. But that was certainly an earthquake.
Yes, it was.
Are we still on the air?
We're still on the air as far as I know.
Is there any way to determine that? If you can call the radio station.
There we go. So yeah, that
brought it all back.
Yeah, a little scary.
You could hear the building shaking, which was just awful.
You don't hear me on that recording because I behaved in the way you're supposed to behave during an earthquake.
She
and
stopped, drop, and roll.
I dove under the desk.
Stop, drop, and roll. That's what Gina did.
All right.
.986.
Yeah, like Pete in Granite did. He's like, I'll take those Oreos off your hands. Well, Pete, maybe you'll win them in the chicken bucket prize.
Or if you come and see me at my remote today, up in Ogden, I'll bring a package of Oreos with me.
Put them out on a plate.
Yeah, and you can have an Oreo.
Let people try them.
Yeah.
All right. Is this sponsored? Gina?
Have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy, brought to you by our crafty cocktail partners at good old Utah County Clearwater Distilling. New bottle designs continue to roll out. Right now, they're flavorful vodka. Check it out at your nearest state liquor store or the Clearwater Distillery store in Pleasant Grove.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink and you feel alright. If you feel down and you're under the weather, have another drink and you feel alright.
Well, here he is, the iron-fisted oligarch of the Wine Academy of Utah.
If he was iron-fisted, he would have caught that ball.
That's right.
WineAcademyofUtah.com. It's Jimmy Santangelo. Good morning, Mr. Santangelo.
Good morning.
What do we got here?
We have some Bloody Marys this morning. We're featuring the Clearwater vodka, $20 a bottle. Majority corn, 99%. Triple distilled. You couldn't distill this anymore to make it for a smooth, rounded, great body on the palate.
Now, and then what is this?
This is fun. This is a little pouch pack of Bloody Mary mix by Filthy Foods. A couple of bartenders out of Miami came together and created a nice, all-natural, no preservative combination of ingredients. They have this. They have all kinds of different mixers, quality olives, and things of that nature.
This counts as a vegetable, right?
This is a vegetable with a kick.
This is available at...
That's over at Clearwater. They wanted to
really?
accompany that with their vodka, and this Clearwater vodka, clean and smooth, gluten-free, 40% alcohol by volume, $19.99 at your local wine store.
And that's a good vodka.
It is. We've had it in a number of ways. This, what I love, we did an event there a couple Sundays ago, and I kept thinking other people were coming to the event late, but no, they were going to the package store at Clearwater, picking up vodka. Somebody was like, oh, my God, I have friends in town unexpectedly, and boom, they were able to, and they didn't have any booze in the house, and they were able to purchase not only quality Clearwater products, but then the mixers too. So it was a one-stop deal, which I think is really cool. Many distilleries can do that.
The mixer, that is a really, I like.
I haven't tasted it.
A
How is
good
it?
Bloody Mary mix is good. You know, I always used to rely on Mr. and Mrs. Tease, which is pretty good.
It's a classic.
But this is very nice. Very
This is nice.
mixer.
Pouch makes about two drinks, it says.
Or one really big one.
Or one really, really big one. I think maybe taking a little bit out of this and filling the rest up with vodka.
There you go.
We have an adult,
And then you take it to the soccer game, Gina.
and you have a little adult sippy pouch thing.
There you go.
Is that the only place you can get those? Is it Clearwater?
I don't know. I imagine they have them, but what's cool about stuff like this is you can order it direct as well, right? Through Amazon or otherwise. But I was looking through their website, outfit out of Miami, all natural ingredients, their maraschino cherries, their olives, everything is just spot on. It's heightened, and they themselves were frustrated, like, why are top quality mixologists using all this, chemical preservative infused mixers? Where is the good stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
And they took it into their own hands.
Well, leave it to Clearwater too to find it and carry it with their stuff.
You're absolutely right,
because they're very particular.
They are. They do a great job. And as mentioned in the opening, they new package design. This bottle, I love the back label that illuminates through the bottle just with the mountains in the back
pretty.
there. Looks really cool. But for $19.99, a bottle that is definitely a vodka that you would have behind the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how smart are these guys to take all of the weird stuff that you don't need in a mixer? Because that happens with margarita mix all the time. If you look at the label of a margarita mix, it's crazy what they put in there. And all you need is some limes. That's all you squeeze some limes and you're good.
You're absolutely right.
This has got the mixer's got little bits of something in it too, which I
yeah,
like
it's all the
little chewy pieces.
Yeah, it's all the natural. So I'll read it. It's filter water, tomato, fresh ground, horseradish, vinegar, natural Worcestershire powder, cayenne pepper, salt, black pepper, celery, and other type turmeric's in there, ground garlic. Eat garlic. How you doing? And good stuff in there.
The chewy stuff is it's horseradish.
It probably is.
It's not
olives.
It's not horseradish powder. It's
that's some.
That's what it
But
is.
no, I didn't hear you say any chemicals.
No preservatives. You open this, you throw it in the fridge or finish it. Not wrong with that though. No artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, or preservatives.
There you go.
In the U.S.
Well
by
done.
Filthy Food Miami.
Filthy Food Miami.
Kind of fun.
Well,
I love it.
So what do you got coming up for Wine Academy of Utah?
Month of May, nice and busy. Take a look at us at the Tracy Aviary. We're coming up there. We've got a lot of private events, whether it's Edison House, Ken Garf U Club. Make sure you see us up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we're really looking forward to activating a lot of spaces in town. A lot of in-home wine events. A lot of people picking the tequila mezcal tastings to enjoy in your home.
So if you're wanting to book one of those, get on it because Jimmy. There's only so many weekends, and Jimmy books up.
He's only
fast.
one guy. Are you ever going to hire an assistant?
Yeah, we have a couple of great people on the team that also do the in-home events for us, so that's really nice. And, you can go to the wineacademyofutah.com. We just updated the website. All new graphics, new in-home tastings and things of that nature. And we're even featuring a special quarterly tasting where I'm getting a grip of special orders in. So it's kind of a heightened in-home event on a particular region.
That's cool.
Yeah, kind of fun.
Dr. Neal is asking.
Dr. Neal, I owe you an email back.
He said you got to set me up with a WSET class to help you get out of healthcare, is what he said.
That's right. That's right.
Dr. Neal wants to quit being a doctor.
I got it. I have his email. Thank you for that, and I will definitely get back to you.
And that's something anybody can do.
Yeah. The Wine and Spirits Education Trust is. When we first started that in 2010, it was intended, the majority of people were in hospitality. Now it's absolutely flipped. The majority of people that are enthusiasts, things of that nature, and the attrition rate in hospitality is really accelerated. But we're just super happy to be able to provide the certifications in wine and spirits here to our community.
WineAcademyofUtah.com is where you find all of that stuff.
Well, enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, wineacademyofutah.com. Get to know Jimmy. Traffic, Gina.
Had a really good commute this morning. Just this one accident to tell you about. Crash at the exit ramp, I-15 northbound Layton Parkway. But I even think this one might be cleared up by now. What are you seeing out there? I'm checking our message stream. That's where you let us know what's happening on the roads via text. Just make sure it's safe for you to text when you send that in at 33986. Win $1,000 in another Flippin' Cash contest on X96. Listen for keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning. All the rules are at X96.com. This is a national contest.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. We've got Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. And the subject of the trivia today is Rosario Dawson trivia.
Okay.
It was very difficult for me to write these questions because
you love her.
Because she is my girlfriend, so I couldn't be mean. But what is the prize that we have?
Well, we were talking about the chicken bucket, the X96 Radio from Hell chicken bucket.
The Radio from Hell chicken bucket does not contain chicken.
But does contain a package of these chocolate pretzel Oreos and Radio from Hell diner style mug and whatever else Katie can
Ruffle
throw
up.
in there.
Probably, just find stuff on our desks that we've gotten over time. Win the chicken bucket. Play Beat Gina. 877-602-9696 is the number to call after these messages and a song. Stand by for that. Zero res.
Now hear me out.
Okay.
Get your mom zero res for Mother's Day.
Okay, well, sure.
Mom likes a clean house, and she doesn't want to, rent a carpet cleaner at the grocery store and clean the carpets.
For the mom who has everything.
Call Zero Res. Not only will they clean your carpet, they'll do your upholstery, get your couches and chairs done, and air duct cleaning. Just get it all done. And they do it with their patented technology. They don't use detergents or harsh chemicals. Helps them stay cleaner longer. They dry faster, actually, because they don't use detergents. Sometimes you might have hesitated getting carpets clean, like, we're going to have wet carpet for no, it's hours, not days. They've got a special going on right now. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned and a 4th absolutely free when you mention X96. And if you're unsatisfied for any reason, you won't be. But if you are, they'll come make it right within 30 days. So give them a call, 866-0RES, or go online at 0RES.
Have you noticed this sitting in the corner over
You
here?
about this?
This bag? No. This bag has been sitting in the corner of our studio right there for months.
What, just on the floor?
Yeah, on the floor.
I have not noticed.
Months.
If it is a snake, it would have bit me.
Now, I know what's in it. And I know why it's in our studio. This is a nice bag.
That looks like an insulated bag.
It's a Land's End brand. I don't know if it's insulated or not. I have not ever opened it, but I know what's in it. So this bag, let me see if it's insulated. Yeah, kind of. No, you know what it's for? It's for beach clothes. It's a beach bag, and it's lined, so you could put wet stuff in it if you needed to.
Yeah.
When you're done at the beach or the pool or whatever. Here, you want to see what's in it? I've not looked, but I know what's in it. Here.
Well, who brought this? First of all,
I'll tell you in a second.
How did this appear?
It's a bag full of old leaves.
Why is there a bag of leaves?
What is it
in this studio?
Because Dawson brought this. Our intern,
okay,
who's not here anymore. Although he's coming, he's going to work for us here in the next few days.
Yeah, he's going to be some filling in here.
As I recall, we were going to put this little pile of leaves in the corner because Gina was saying one day, I can sleep anywhere. Just give me a little pile of leaves in the corner, and I'll lay down a pile of leaves. And so.
Brought that? Did he tell you he was bringing that in?
Yes, and he brought it in, and I don't think I even looked at the leaves. I could tell there were leaves in it, and I put it in the corner, and I thought, that might be a funny And then the more I thought about it, it just wasn't.
It'd be a mess.
It was not. It was be a mess, and it wouldn't be funny.
Well, we need to give Dawson. That's a nice bag.
I know.
Yeah,
he
he
needs
should.
that bag back.
I know. And I don't know why he didn't come and take it back at some point. Yes, I do, because Dawson is Dawson.
Because he thought someday Bill's going to want to do this.
No,
no,
no, I don't think so. I think he just Dawson's a goofball. You know, he just
Yeah.
kind of. He just, I mean, not in the kindest, nicest way. He's a goofball. I love the
You
guy.
think he forgot
But
about it?
I think he just kind of forgot about it. And his wife didn't nag him about, where's
His
that
wi-
beach bag?
His wife is going to want that. That's a nice bag.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice. It has the appearance of not being used. But I remember he told me he was going to do it. He said, I got all these leaves at my house. Why don't I bring in a bunch of leaves that I've raked up, and then we can, it'll be funny. We can. And I thought, yeah, that'll be funny. But then when he brought them in, I thought, nah, that's not funny.
Dawson texting in. I forgot about it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Hi,
so-
Dawson.
I bet you want your bag back, Dawson.
You want your bag back?
We'll give it back to you when you come in. Next.
And you know when I say you're a goofball, I mean that in the kindest, loving way. I love you, man. But he is goofy. He's kind of spacey sometimes.
I mean, I probably could sleep on a pile of leaves.
I don't recall why. What, exactly the conversation, but it was something like, you know.
I can sleep anywhere.
I think that's what it was. You were saying I could sleep anywhere. I could sleep on a pile of leaves somewhere. And
I wish I had that skill.
No?
Curse, whatever it is you want to call it.
You've been quite tired this week.
I'm looking forward to doing nothing this weekend. I mean, absolutely nothing. You know?
I've been having this horrible sleep problem. I get up at 3 normally on the work week. That's when the alarm goes off. I've been waking up at 2.
That's annoying.
God, I
Because
hate
because that's too, like, oh, do I just want to
Yeah,
get up?
exactly. What do you do?
Like if you wake up at midnight, you're like, oh, I can go back to sleep and I have time. But when you're that close
Yeah.
to the time you're supposed to wake up,
Usually I can go back to sleep a little bit, but it's a restless kind of.
and then do you check the time?
Yes.
Like, because you keep thinking, oh, it's
even,
no, and
even
it's
though
only
I
been
know
10
my
minutes.
even
It's
though I
only
know
been-
my alarm is going to go
Yeah.
off, I still am checking the clock.
Hate that.
It's been a bad sleep week for me too, and I don't know. I don't know
It's
if it's
daylight saving,
I don't know
probably.
if it's daylight saving related or not. Daylight saving time never used to bother me in the slightest. I just didn't care, you know. it
Even
didn't-
with the time we get up in the morning?
yeah, it never bothered me. But the last couple of years, it's kind of like.
All right.
But Dawson, you have to take the leaves with you too.
Take the whole thing.
You can.
You can get the bag, but I'm keeping the leaves. Fish.
Well, sure, yeah. What?
All right. There you go. If you know, you know. 8:23. It is time for Be Gina, brought to you by
The Chicken Bucket.
Oh,
the
good.
Radio from Hell Chicken Bucket.
Good enough.
The Radio from Hell Chicken Bucket does not contain actual chicken.
No.
All the beautiful people have gathered, and they all say, hey, they all say hi, and I'm telling you why. They all want to play Beat Gina.
Ooh.
I'm professional game show announcer and commercial announcer Johnny O.
Ah.
And I love fruit.
Ooh.
And now,
bold statement.
I love fruit.
and now Betty Crocker announces new Fruit Helper.
Fruit helper?
Fruit Helper. It turns a can of fruit into a terrific dessert.
What?
Just start with a 16-ounce or 30-ounce can of almost any fruit.
Okay.
Then blend the syrup from the can with Fruit Helper dessert mix and some milk. Add the fruit, and you have created a creamy, fruity pudding ready to eat in just 90 seconds. And how do you top that? Simple. Sprinkle the crunch, nutty topping over the pudding, and you have a terrific, creamy, crunchy fruit dessert.
Why didn't this take off?
Yeah,
New
I know, right?
Fruit Helper. Dessert mixes from Betty Crocker. And now,
Had all the helpers. You
I was
get the
gonna say, you-
tuna helper and the...
now here's your host, a man who says, you know, canned fruit isn't all that bad.
Well.
Your host, Carrie Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Honestly, I'm surprised Fruit Helper didn't take
Yeah.
off.
What do you mean?
The hamburger helper?
What do you mean?
Yeah. What?
I still buy it at odd lots.
Okay, all right. Well, the randomizer has picked a contestant. You'll be playing against Nick today, Gina. Nick, are you there?
Oh my gosh, yes. Hi guys.
Oh,
Thank you.
hi,
All right.
Nick.
Caught Nick by surprise there. We're going to toss a coin, Nick, to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails, please.
Let's see what happens. It is tails.
You're one step closer to a chicken bucket.
Well, it's got stuff in it.
Yeah, it's got Oreos. It's got
Coffee mug
and
shirt,
other-
probably.
yeah.
Now remember, Nick, if you win the chicken bucket, and the Radio from Hell chicken bucket is not a chicken, you need to empty it and put it on your head. It makes a wonderful hat, and we'd like to see you a picture of you with that. Just send it to radiofromhell@x96.com.
All right. Nick?
Definitely, and I'll wear my boner T-shirt too.
Oh,
Well, I think you may have a boner T-shirt in this chicken bucket. Well, you never know. That's the fun of the chicken bucket, is you never know what's in it.
Is that the fun of it?
Well, it's fun.
I was wondering where the fun was.
It's fun for the promotions department because they don't have to do anything. All right, let's see. Here we go. First question is for you, Nick. It's a multiple choice pop culture trivia. If you get the answer correctly, you get the point. If not, Gina may answer that same question correctly, stealing your point away. And we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. First question for Nick. It's Rosario Dawson trivia today. Nick, according to Rotten Tomatoes, what is one of Rosario Dawson's worst-rated films by both audiences and critics? So, universally disliked. Is it 1, Little Nettie, Grab Your Gun? Is it 2, Men in Black Who Like to Have Sex with Each Other? Is it 3, Josie and the Pussycats? Or is it 4, The Adventures of Pluto Nash? Adventures of Pluto Nash?
I'll say 4.
Pluto Nash is
Yes.
correct.
It's an Eddie
Good.
Murphy movie.
People hated that movie.
Yes.
All right.
That's one for Nick. Now to Gina.
Gina?
Yes.
Who did she play in the live stream theater version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Okay.
This was done during COVID. You remember.
Yeah.
So this is the live stream theater version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
Who did she play? Was it 1, the poor janitor who had to clean up the theater after the show? 2, Ralph Hapshat. Which is fun to say,
Yeah,
Ralph
it's
Hapshat. 3, Columbia, or 4, Magenta.
I don't know. I'm going to say Columbia.
Columbia.
No.
All right. Nick, you got a chance to steal.
Magenta.
Very good.
It's 2-0. Nick, if you get this one right,
Yeah,
it's a sweep again, second day in a row.
Nick, she plays the part of Ahsoka Tano in the Star Wars. And she looks great. What does Ahsoka's name verbatim in Japanese mean? Is it 1, oh really? Is it 2, I am disrespectful to dirt, can't you see that I am serious? Is it 3, out of my way all of you, this is no place for loafers? Is it 4, join me or die, can you do any less?
Could be any of those.
I'm going to go with 4 again.
Join me or die, can you do any less?
Oh,
no, I'm terribly sorry. That is incorrect. That's for Mr. Sparkle.
Gina?
Is it 1?
Oh, really? Is correct.
1.
All of those lines are from the Mr. Sparkle commercial.
Oh, okay.
It's 2-1. Gina is still trailing, but Gina controls the question.
Gina?
Yes.
In Daredevil, the character of Claire Temple, which was Rosario Dawson, was originally intended to be in the comics the character Linda Carter. Who was this character also known as?
Okay.
Is it 1, Flat Man? These are all real, by the way. Is it 1, Flat Man? Is it 2, Big Bertha? Is it 3, Night Nurse? Or is it 4, Hellcat?
I want to say Night Nurse.
That is correct.
And Gina has tied the game.
See what happened there?
But
You were
Nick-
writing me off.
Because she was a nurse in Daredevil.
I opened the door.
Nick, you control the question. You could win on this one.
All right. Nick, she was the voice of who in the Lego Batman movie? The Lego Batman movie. She was the voice of who? Was it 1, Alex Kintner's mother? Was it 2, Chief Brody? Is it 3, Batgirl, Barbara Gordon? Or 4, Harley Quinn?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. I think it was Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, eh?
Uh-oh. Well, there you go.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry, Nick.
Must be Batgirl.
Batgirl it is.
Batgirl for the win!
You didn't think that was going to happen.
Too bad. Well, there you go.
Poor Nick.
Well, Nick, I beat you, but I really want to get rid of these Oreo cookies, so I'm going to give you the chicken bucket anyway.
As sort of punishment?
Oh, my gosh. This is unprecedented. Thank you.
It is
certainly
unprecedented.
is.
Thank you, Nick.
Hang on the line there, Nick.
Hang on, and we'll get that in.
I got to get going. When Mrs. Zola texts me that it's time for her fruit helper, that's my cue to vamoose.
Damn right it is. All right, big boy news now, brought to you by
Young Subaru's new state-of-the-art facility is now open. Experience faster vehicle service, an inviting coffee shop, and a streamlined shopping journey. Discover the future of car buying and vehicle service at the new Young Subaru on Riverdale Road. Think young, drive young. Join Bill Allred there
Today, 11 o'clock, 3730 Riverdale Road. I'll be there from 11 to 1, and I'll have that package of Oreos with me, unopened at this point, and you can sample them there. All right?
All right, thank you.
Simon Cowell. You remember him?
American Idol.
Yeah. He recently reflected on the most bizarre fan interaction he ever had when a couple approached him at a restaurant with a strange request. And I don't believe this, by the way, but Simon found the interaction bizarre. He also explained why he enjoys those kinds of fan moments. You know, I'm actually very shy. I can't go to a pre-party. It's the worst thing in the world, making small talk with people I don't know. If we have a common subject, I'm pretty good. Simon noted that his growing fame was a phenomenal way to break the ice on awkward small talk, as he put it. Instantly, they know that you're talking about something I like, which is the shows, the artists, whatever. So it kind of helped me with my shyness. But at any rate, this couple came up to me and asked me to judge their sex.
Like performance?
Like,
yes.
Watch them do
$150,000. They offered me $150,000, and I said no.
So he does have standards.
I can't. I won't. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do that. And he didn't. And so there you go. Let's see. Let me go to this story. The Intermountain Health has opened up a new autism treatment center in Riverton at a time when autism diagnosis rates continue to rise for from 1 in 36 children 7 years ago to 1 in 31 children today. Matt Huskisson was diagnosed with autism when he was just 4 years old, now an adult. He's hopeful that this new center will help more individuals thrive. I like being able to be an asset in the community and helping someone live the best life possible, he said. Dr. Michelle Villalobos, a pediatric psychologist with University of Utah and Intermountain Primary Children's Hospital, says that for many families, the journey begins with the feeling. We always tell parents, trust your gut. You know your child better than anyone. If something feels a little off in their development or things just aren't unfolding the way you expected, talk to your pediatrician. Pediatricians are trained to use screening tools that they can help determine whether a child should be referred for a full evaluation by a child psychologist. The most important thing is understanding how your child learns, said Dr. Villalobos. Autism is a difference in how we learn, and the world is built in, and how the world is built in this very socially informed way. While many people naturally pick up on things like the tone of voice or body language or navigate social situations without giving it too much thought, those with autism often experience the world completely differently. And there are techniques that you can give to kids and start teaching them that helps them navigate the world in a more acceptable fashion or a normal fashion. Senate Democrats sparred with Homeland Security Secretary Barbie Nome, it's Christie, isn't it, on Wednesday over whether Kilmar Abrego Garcia will be returned to the United States.
As the Supreme Court has demanded?
Yeah, as well as the Department of Homeland Security spending. During a Senate Appropriations Committee, Senator Chris Van Hollen, a Democrat, Maryland, who traveled to El Salvador to meet with Abrego Garcia, asked if the Trump administration would comply with the Supreme Court's decision that the U.S. government must facilitate Abrego Garcia's return. Nome replied that the government is following the law, but didn't say yes or no. What I would tell you is that we are following court order, Nome said. Your advocacy for a known terrorist is alarming, she said. Van Hollen said he isn't vouching for Abrego Garcia.
Yeah.
He's vouching for due process. I suggest rather than make these statements here that you and the Trump administration make them in court under oath, he said. Van Hollen then accused Nome of a political speech, and Nome said she would suggest that Van Hollen is an advocate for victims of illegal crime, which just is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
Van Hollen, last month after Abrego Garcia's family filed a lawsuit, U.S. District Judge Paula Zinnes, I think it is, ordered the Trump administration to facilitate the return to the U.S., and the Supreme Court affirmed that ruling on April 10th.
It should make you nervous that this administration does not care about following a Supreme Court order.
Or the law.
Or
the Constitution.
That should make you nervous.
It has made Chief Justice Roberts uncharacteristically angry and outspoken about this.
Well, then, how do we enforce this?
I don't know.
Because that's the problem.
Somebody has to say, go arrest them.
Which they're not going to do. So what they have learned is, make me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
Make me. And they can't.
And it's sickening.
And they won't.
Trump said he's naming Jeanine Pirro, I think it is, as the top federal prosecutor in Washington, D.C. Again, I don't know if we have it. There she is. Doesn't that face just radiate kindness? Look at her. What a horrible human being.
People are digging up videos and things of her, the stuff that she's done in the past.
There's a lot.
There's one where she's running around Hillary Clinton's hometown looking for her.
And now we go to the crime desk. A story about murder involving a goat, and I don't mean murder involving the greatest of all time. I mean a goat.
No, and if Katie has that mug shot, it pairs nicely with this story. An Amish man was taken into custody after an Ohio woman was found dead along with her dead goat.
Well, apparently he killed him because the goat had been eating his hat.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can see his mugshot. He looks exactly like you would expect a murdering Amish man to look.
A goat murderer.
He's been charged with the murder of Rosanna Kinzinger, 28 years old, who was found dead alongside her goat on Thursday, March 13th.
Hey, it was Rumspringer.
According to a statement by the sheriff's office, deputies responded on March 13th to the report of a suspicious death. So what happened was she was not around one day, and people were like, "Oh, what? Let's go check on her." She was dead in her house, along with the goat, and they had some evidence that suggests this man was responsible for both of those.
I'm looking at this picture, and it's like it's a little on the nose. Are you sure he's not just cosplaying
Yeah, this
as
seems
an
like a
Amish
joke.
person?
It looks like a
This is
joke.
an Amish community where
But I
this
think what's happened, he was angry because the goat had been eating his hat.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, between the hat and what looks like a wig to me, okay.
That's him, I think.
All right.
Let's see. Yellowstone National Park visitor from Florida was gored by a bison. The first such violent encounter of 2025. Just weeks into the busy summer season, park officials repeated a frequent warning: do not get too close to wildlife. The 47-year-old man did just that, escaped with only minor injuries, according to park statements Wednesday. Park officials declined to say any more about the visitor from Florida. But a woman was not so lucky. She and her husband were paddling in the mouth of a river in Florida when a startled alligator thrashed and capsized their canoe, and they both fell into the water, and then the alligator ate the woman.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Bit right into her and just ate her. The guy got away. All right, that's it.
Okay. Sports, weather, traffic.
Let's see. In hockey yesterday, this was overtime win for the Oilers over the Golden Knights, 5-4. You had the Capitals over the Hurricanes, 3-1. Today at 5 o'clock, Maple Leafs and the Panthers will be playing, and the Stars and the Jets at 7:30. In the NBA, yesterday, the Timberwolves over the Warriors, 117-93. That series is tied at 1 apiece. And today at 5:30, you've got the Cavaliers and the Pacers. Indiana leads that series 2-0. And the Nuggets and the Thunder, that is at 8 o'clock. That series tied at 1 apiece. The Salt Lake Bees, let's see, they lost last night to the Space Cowboys. They play them again tonight.
To who?
The Sugarland Space Cowboys, Bill. Come on now.
Okay.
It's minor league baseball. They have fun. What do you have against fun?
All right. If it's just the minor league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's your sports. Weather. We're just getting warmer. 83, beautiful sunny day today. Overnight low 56. Tomorrow we could be close to 90. We're warming up very fast. Next chance of rain looks like maybe Tuesday. We dip back down into the 70s, but we stay in the 80s all the way through till Monday. Traffic, we've got a crash both directions, SR 126. This is 40th North, milepost 1 in Davis County. Northbound right lane closed, southbound left lane closed. That is it, though. We've had a really good commute this morning. Not too many accidents or slowdowns to tell you about, and you haven't sent many in, but always you see something, you let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss the Garcia Project. It's the Grateful Dead tribute band this Friday and Saturday night at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Thank you very much. Stockton 12 Honda.
They are in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy, Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought a couple of cars there, and the experience both times was just superb. Visit Stockton 12 Honda this week, your neighborhood Honda dealer, and you will get top dollar for your trade-in. They're really looking for trade-ins. Their expert appraisers are ready to offer you maximum value for your current vehicle. And Stockton 12 Honda has a great service department as well. Same-day service is available, and mobile repair services is available, too. They come to you and service your car. See Stockton12Honda.com for more details and for daily service specials for the month, and also you can schedule service right there online. Express service is also available at Stockton 12 Honda. It's quick, it's easy, and affordable. Oil changes, tire rotations, brake inspections, and more. So call Stockton 12 Honda today. Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall. was reading a story today, and it's here somewhere, that men are often likely to be the ones to fall in love at first sight, as opposed to women, which I think is interesting.
Did they say why that?
Maybe, but I didn't read the whole story. I just read the headline. I haven't read it yet. Let's see if I can find it.
Well, I'm certain.
There it is.
I'm certain it happens all the time.
You believe in a love at first sight? Yeah. Some people believe that you have to thoroughly get to know someone before you can fall in love. Others would beg to differ, swearing that love at first sight isn't limited to fairy tales. And apparently 59% of men believe that love at first sight is a thing. 49% of women.
Lust?
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
like, I'm very attracted to that person. I don't know how you could be in love with somebody you've not gotten to know.
It happened to me once.
You were in love.
I swear to God.
Like I would throw myself in front of a train for this person.
It was so pronounced that I think after the first time I saw this person, it might have been that at the very first time I saw them I said this, but it was short a day or so after. I don't know how to explain this, but I believe that I have fallen in love with you and I don't know you.
And what did they say to that?
It's a great opening line, by the way.
I mean, I knew who she was, but I didn't. I had very little contact with her.
How did she react to that?
Positively, very well. As a matter of fact, she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't." And I mean, I don't know what to do about that, but. And she said, "Well, let's find out."
Well,
or something to that effect. And I sort of thought that it would be.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the only time it's real. I've fallen in lust.
I was going to say, a lot
I can
of
see seeing somebody and going, I am very, very attracted to that person I just saw.
And a lot of people mistake that for love.
Yeah. First time I saw my wife, the woman I'm married to, Carrie was with me.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh my God. You know, that's, but that, to me,
that was lust.
Yeah, that was lust. But this was different. The time that it happened, it was different.
And did you find that person to have some quality that...
Yeah, I mean...
You know what I mean? Like now I know why I felt that way when I saw this person the first time.
Yeah. And we had a relationship for a while, but it was not to be. And I won't go into the details of that because they're too painfully embarrassing. All in all. Somebody said I told that story recently. I think I have mentioned it before, but it just made me think of it reading that that story today. It was never happened to you. Never fallen in love. No. Been attracted. Very, very hard attraction.
Yeah, but not love.
Texter. Hey, Bill, there's a song by Alan Jackson called I'm Married to You, but I Don't Even Know Your Name.
I like that. You walk up and you say, you know, I'm married to you and I don't even know your name.
That's all. It was good opening.
You know, here's the thing about country music is that a lot of it is novelty songs, okay? A lot of them are novelty songs.
Somebody in the chat room says that I understand what Bill's talking about. It happened to me, but I didn't have the guts to say anything about it. Yeah. And I couldn't see. That's another thing that I really thought it was something because I had to say it.
You were compelled.
Yeah.
Huh.
Couple of things here. As I said a little bit ago, I'll be at Young Subaru today. I don't know if I might have to leave like 5 minutes earlier.
You probably should.
Because I'm going to be there at 11. They're on 3730 Riverdale Road. It's a grand opening at Young Subaru. Ribbon cutting, grand opening celebration. And bring your dog because they'll have a mobile dog groomer service there. And they'll do free nail trims. And you can check out the Travis Pastrana Subaru rally car. There'll be live music, and I'll be there with prizes. And I'm going to take this package of Oreos with me, unopened, and I won't.
It's a ribbon cutting. Are you going to have ridiculously large scissors?
I don't
hope?
know. I don't know. We'll find out. So there's that, and then there's a couple of emails to follow up on here. First of all, this one came in a couple of days ago from Michael. We were talking about hummingbirds, and I still haven't seen any at my house.
Not yet either.
He says, we have seen a couple at our house in Holiday. They're migrating north, so they should reach you soon.
Ah, okay.
And that's from Mike Thomas, and then what do these initials stand for? RAC. What would that stand for? Some sort of profession. What is that?
RAC.
RAC.
Really awful chess player.
Radiology, maybe? I don't know.
Rent a center.
I always rent a center, probably. I always wait for Dr. Paul to post about hummingbirds.
Right, yeah.
It was Dr. Paul White. His house is
He had a nest like really close to his
his house
door.
it's like in his front porch.
Yeah.
It's a destination, so we always wait for that.
And then remember we had X-Poll, I think was last week, about unusual things you have in your house.
Yes.
And I got an email about that. This is from Mikey. He said, sorry, I'm late. I was listening to the podcast, and I got called. But here's a picture of something I have odd in my house. If we go to x96.com/live.
Oh, my.
It's Colonel Sanders.
It's a statue of Colonel Sanders, and I think it looks like it's missing an arm. I think
It is missing a hand.
or
Yeah,
a hand, and it looks like it's got a cord attached to it. So I think it plugs in and moves.
It lights up. It talks.
I don't think it moves. I don't see any articulation joints.
Maybe not, but it does something. Because I think that's a cord running to it.
Why do you have this in your house?
He should have explained a little bit.
He didn't
more.
explain. He just said
There's an empty beer can next to it.
Well, that explains a lot, doesn't it? But it looks to be life size. I mean,
yeah.
It's not a miniature.
You can't just send us a picture
Exactly.
like that without an explanation. Did you steal it? How do you come across such a thing? Did you find it at a yard sale?
He did not explain. He just sent it. Said, "This is Mikey. Sorry, I had to bail when I called." Oh, he'd called and didn't get a chance to.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I called for things in my house that nobody else has, and this is it. And I'm sure that's true.
I don't know what you do with that.
I can't. I can't figure either. Well, you worship. He probably worships it.
Maybe it is a shrine of
a
some
religion
kind.
of some sort?
Perhaps he sacrifices things to it. Mainly his dignity, probably, but there it is anyway. So
Dominoes, tender and juicy.
I'll send Mikey a reply and say we need the story. Or if you're listening, call us 877-602-9696.
Lickety fingers.
Yeah, I'll just say
one year for Christmas, Festus gave me a life-size Daryl Dixon stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which for several years would move around the house and hide in different places to scare you, in a closet or...
Did it work?
Yeah.
It scared you?
Yeah. When you open a door and because it's life size, it's see a man standing there. And we'd dress him up for Halloween. We'd put Halloween decorations on him. We'd dress him up for Christmas. You'd put a Santa hat on him at Christmas time. But at some point, because he's cardboard, he deteriorated and we had to throw him away.
I had one that was Ed McMahon.
Didn't you have was it a Shatner?
I have a Shatner with my face on it.
That's right.
It's Shatner's body with my head on it.
Yeah.
But my Ed McMahon was great because he was positioned so that he was holding something, and I'd always put records in there. And then at Christmas time, I would wrap garland and lights around him, and he was the Christmas Ed.
Oh, it was the Publishers Clearinghouse, Ed McMahon.
I think so, yeah.
But what did he? Same thing. Did it just deteriorate over time?
After a while, after a couple of moves, you know.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to have things like that.
You're not allowed.
No, no, I wouldn't be allowed.
Whimsy? There's no whimsy.
No, fresh out of whimsy, baby. Fresh out of whimsy. So
we ain't got time for whimsy.
Thanks, Mikey. That was nice of you to send that. Shatner's in the news today.
Is he?
Yeah. Let's see. William Shatner slammed Donald Trump earlier this week after Trump continued to entertain Canada becoming the 51st state.
Oh, yeah, because Shatner's Canadian.
Despite getting a hard no from Prime Minister Mark Carney. At a certain point, persistence becomes insulting, Shatner said. He has previously expressed his concerns about climate change and how that will fare under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He tore apart the U.S. president for digging into his annexation threats in the Oval Office on Tuesday. Shatner told Jesse Waters, I guess he was there, that he's dealt a little bit in real estate before encouraging Carney to make a deal with Trump, a real estate. Make a counteroffer. Let's offer to the United States to be the 11th province. How about that? Canada, United States is going to be the 11th province of Canada. Think of the joy. It's the best thing, Shatner said.
Isn't he in his 90s?
He's close to it, anyway.
Oh, he is.
Is he 90?
He's 90-something.
He's still going around and doing stuff.
Oh, my God. Please don't tell me Shatner died.
No, he's fine. He's just fine.
This is Shatner saying happy birthday.
To Rosario Dawson. Traffic, Gina, please.
That's just a really good commute this morning. Not much to tell you about. This was reported about an hour ago. It might not even be an issue anymore. Crash both directions, SR 126 milepost 1 in Davis County. Northbound right lane closed, southbound left lane closed. Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience the jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear and explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll play a song. After the song, we have for you the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you were not listening, do not guess. Be too hard today. Cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners May 9, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner next to the winner. If you give us the correct answer, what will you win?
You will win tickets to the Home and Garden Show.
Home and Garden Show tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call and get those tickets. All you got to do is play the Boner Recap game. It's easy, especially if you cheat. 877-602-9696. Tracy Aviary. Everybody knows where Tracy Aviary is, right?
That's where the Boyds are.
It's in Liberty Park.
Liberty Park, southwest corner of Liberty Park. It's been there for as long as I can remember, and it's always nice to, when I walk by it, when I used to live in that neighborhood, I'd walk by it and you'd hear the birds singing.
It's
and everything.
soothing, isn't it?
It is soothing. Go inside. TracyAviary.org is the website where you can get your tickets, plan your visit. 589 East, 1300 South, southwest corner of Liberty Park. They have more than 100 different species of birds from around the world, including many that are endangered or extinct in the wild. Interactive bird shows, keeper demonstrations, animal encounters, behind-the-scenes exhibit tours, nature play opportunities, 8 acres of themed exhibits and botanical gardens. It's just so pleasant to stroll through. And $1 of every ticket sold goes to Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. They're contributing more than $120,000 each year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide with the fund. So learn more, plan your visit, TracyAviary.org.
Need some geek news?
Let's see. So your air conditioning gets fixed today?
Today. So I had to go through one more night of no air conditioning.
Could you sleep at all last night?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we put on a fan, but it's not that comfortable.
No, it just moves around the hot air.
Yeah, and it's noisy. And but I fixed a nice dinner. for my wife
For your
well, it's
anniversary.
For our anniversary. She loves mussels, and I don't.
Are they hard to prepare?
Easy, so easy.
They are.
It's you can do it in about 20 minutes. You gotta wash them. Just make sure. And some of them still have a beard on them. You have to remove the beard, whatever that is. And all you do is put some. So I did Spanish style. So I chopped up some chorizo, put some hot oil in a pan, and cooked the chorizo for a little bit. It was cured chorizo.
Nice.
Spanish chorizo. Cooked that for a little bit. Thrown in some onions and some garlic, and let that soften up. Then some white wine and some chicken broth, and a handful of tomatoes, chopped up tomatoes, and the mussels.
And
you
if they
put the
don't
lid
open
on.
up, you don't eat them, right?
Right. And you put the lid on, and in 3 or 4 minutes, the whole process, but from the time you put the mussels in till the time you get them out, it's like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. And they are all open, and I don't generally eat them. But
Really?
They've not been my favorite. I like clams, but mussels have been, but I thought, well, I'm going to try these, and I don't think I've ever had the Spanish style. Was really good with the chorizo there, and it was excellent. So
Sounds like it would be good.
have that and an artichoke and a glass of white wine and some bread to sop up the broth. But I bought 2 pounds of mussels, and between us we could not eat 2 pounds of mussels. So my wife called up her sister. Hey, I got some mussels here. You want to?
Take these mussels off our hands.
Yeah, she came over and got the pot of cooked mussels and took them home and delighted in them.
And how many years is your...
20. It's 20.
You're 26.
24,
You're
26?
26, because I was pregnant at your wedding.
Yeah, 26.
That's how I...
1997.
That's how I mark time.
1997? Is that when you were pregnant?
Yeah.
At our wedding? Okay. July 1997. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thought that person would stay with me as long as she has?
Are they trapped?
Not usually. I mean, I do have some allowances for movement.
Some allowances for movement.
Not,
Some may call them restrictive, but
she's got the wrong room of the basement.
I just like to think of them as disciplined as opposed to
exactly.
restrictive.
Yeah.
We all need discipline.
That's right.
Roger in Taylorsville says, did you know that Green Day just got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame like a week or two
in
ago?
Taylorsville?
In Taylorsville. There's a Walk of Fame in Taylorsville. And Green Day got...
You have to be famous to walk there?
In Taylorsville?
No, I think just to have a star. So
in Taylorsville.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we do the
Well,
boner recap?
we need a contestant.
Oh, so let me read this, and why don't we throw in a Radio from Hell Diner style mug while we're at it.
877-602-9696. That's the number.
The Daybreak Home and Garden Show happening May 16th through the 18th at the new Daybreak Field in South Jordan. The Daybreak Home and Garden Show offers demos, vendors, seminars, project inspirations for everything in your home, inside and out. You can learn more about this at x96.com, or you can win some tickets right now, and we will put them in a Radio from Hell mug for you.
All right. 877-602-9696.
It's the Radio from Hell coffee mug, which does not contain actual coffee.
No.
I mean, you could put
anything in it.
Right.
Yeah.
You could put chicken in it if you wanted to.
You could put milk in it and then dunk your Oreo cookie in it. You could do that.
It is a liquid receptacle.
And all you need to do is do the Boner Recap game with me. So call now, 877-602-9696.
Easy to do. Katie's getting someone lined up right now. So
all right.
You don't worry about it.
It looks like, it's going to be Matt. I think that's
You
great.
think it's Matt?
I think it's going to be Matt. That's what I think.
Looks like it. Matt.
Hi, Matt.
there?
Good morning.
Yeah, you ready to win?
I'm always a winner.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna do so much winning here, you'll get tired of winning.
That's a winner at life.
Matt, I'm gonna read the boner candidates. You tell me which one was the winner, and you will get that Radio from Hell coffee mug with some tickets to the Home and Garden Show, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to do it?
Ready.
Okay. Boner candidate number 1. People like this are making our laws. That's Representative Randy Fine, Republican of Florida, adding to his ever-growing list of bigoted remarks, endorsing the starvation campaign against Palestinians in Gaza, falsely accusing a Muslim member of Congress of being a terrorist, and doubling down on those beliefs anytime he's asked about them. Number 1. Yeah, pretty bad. Boner candidate number 2. Your best is far from good enough, sir. During a Senate hearing to review the FBI's budget, request, Director Kash Patel was forced to admit that despite a law requiring it, he didn't have the budget ready to review. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to have it a week ago, and he still doesn't have it. And when they said, when are you going to get it, he said, I'll get it when I get it. Doing my best. Your best is not good enough, sir. And then finally, boner candidate number 3, Joe Rogan says the R word is back. Joe Rogan thinks that it's just fine to use the term retarded now. It's been kind of taboo lately, the last few years, but he's bringing it back. Well, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
It doesn't need to be brought back.
There are plenty of other words you can use. You don't need.
Oh, Joe only knows a few.
You can't expect him to learn another.
So who was the winner?
It's going to be number 3.
Yep.
Good old Joe.
Joe Rogan. Yep. And that makes you a winner too, Matt. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. I'm fine, just fine.
That's good. That's good to know. Matt, hang on the line, and Katie will have a little business with you, and you'll know what to do.
Hang on.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I know you have to leave a little early.
I had to rush back from the. I was taking my 9 o'clock constitutional one. I don't know why it's just been hitting me hard.
Yeah, usually it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah. But it's been hitting me hard at 9 o'clock. I think I have to alter my diet.
You've been having your fiber? So I've been post gallbladder.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to? You don't want to hear about my.
Well,
why not? We got a minute or so here.
I'm all into scatology.
I've been increasing my fiber intake, which you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Right.
What have you been?
You've been munching on carrots?
No, it's just Metamucil. I've been doing the Metamucil. No actual.
Not real stuff.
No, but it's gritty.
Yeah.
It's like drinking sand.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why don't you just have
celery?
Eat things that have fiber.
Salad.
Because it's quick.
It's gritty, but it's quick.
It's like drinking sand.
Yeah, well, that's.
Hang on a sec.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
There we go.
I've had that stuff before.
It's terrible.
Once, and then I said I can't do this.
No, it's.
Is it the orange flavor?
Yeah. Oh, because you can get it like with no flavor. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Are you pretending that it's Tang?
Yes.
You are,
How
aren't
did you know?
Because I know you.
No, it's Tang, really.
Really?
Yeah.
But I bought this box. So they have them in jars, but I bought a box of little packets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's pre-measured.
And because why not have excess packaging?
And they're on it. They say Metamucil to go. So you could throw it in your purse. For fun.
No, that's not what they mean.
When you're
No, that means to go.
It means to go.
It's I like it because it's pre-measured. Because it's so difficult to get a teaspoon.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it wrong.
Jeez, I
like things pre-measured.
Do you have
you know
your
what I
husband?
love?
Do you have your husband clip up your food with scissors?
I hope he's not listening right now. Do you know what I love? Like a stick of butter, when on the wrapper it has the measurements right on.
Yeah.
There should be more things like that.
More things that
are
are
pre-measured.
Well, you remember Tang used to come with a scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gave away the moon buggy on the Tang bottle.
The moon buggy.
It was a toy moon buggy.
You used to be able to get pre-measured steaks.
Pre-measured steak?
Yeah.
You really ought to go Citrusel. But anyway.
Oh, is that a better one? I'll try it.
It's the one I used to do. But here's the thing, is that if you keep taking these supplements, you're going to get to the point where you have to have them.
Oh, I'm going to become dependent on it?
You will become dependent on them.
You're going to be a Metamucil junkie.
Yeah.
Mom, what are you doing in there? Leave me alone.
That's why,
I'm drinking my Metamucil.
have some squash,
Have something with fiber.
All right.
Put some celery and peanut butter.
All right.
Because you like peanut butter?
Yeah, but I don't like celery.
Yeah, but
I don't want to have to do
focus
it.
on the peanut butter.
I don't want to have to put it on there.
Okay, all right.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back after these messages with some big boy news and opinnuendo. Stand by for that. Okay. Oh, the great beer mashup. These guys are going to be here in the studio in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they come bearing gifts. Utah Brewers Guild is presenting this. It's happening on Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Woodbine Food Hall, 545 West, 700 South. You just ask your GPS to get you there and get you there just fine.
It's easy.
It's right over there.
Yeah, it's
right
down the street.
Utah Brewers Guild hosting the Great Beer Mashup. Over 40 local breweries and collaborators participating. They will be serving their own beer samples and chatting it up. If you're a beer aficionado, you can get some tips from them. It's unique in that the brewers and collaborators have paired up to release 30 new and exclusive collaboration beers for attendees to sample. Now the tickets are $30. They include, this is the GA ticket, includes a festival exclusive sample cup and 12-punch tasting passport. Now the VIP is $60. That includes the same benefits as the GA plus 1 hour early entry to the festival and the Great Beer Mashup drawstring backpack filled with all kinds of swag. They're probably going to bring it, show us what they've got going in that today. UtahBrewersGuild.org to buy the tickets. We'll have more information on this.
You just keep resisting the dance party.
Don't fight the dance party.
I can't dance.
Well, you don't have to be good at it.
I won't dance. Don't ask me.
Do it when no one's looking.
Yeah, that's the secret because nobody wants to see it.
What about like slow dancing, like romantic dancing? How about that kind of dancing?
Well, I can hang on to a woman. Yeah,
I can hang on to a woman.
And I can rock back and forth.
Yeah, that's
So
dancing.
It's pretty easy.
You
Yeah.
can do that.
That's my slow dancing. I hang on to her. You just move me around.
I would like to learn how to, like, couples dance.
Would you really?
I would.
Like ballroom dancing?
No, I mean, just like, yeah, just be able to, if you're at a party or a wedding or something and there's dancing, to be able to dance with my husband and,
You
like,
don't
know
know how to do that?
I mean, other than doing what Carrie's doing,
Yeah.
it would be nice to.
The Frankenstein dance.
Yeah, it's essentially Frankenstein.
I mean, I don't want him to, swing dance and flip me up in the air. No, I just mean,
Jitterbug.
no, just a little.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever been at a wedding where there's always a couple or two that know what they're doing?
Yeah,
and you look at them and go, I wish.
No, I always think, God, those people are nerds.
It looks nice.
Everybody is secretly loathing and envious.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
No, I gave up on, or dancing gave up on me a long time ago.
Well, a texter asks, is there a dance that you can do while seated? Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's something you could look into.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Tasmanian chair dance.
There's a Tasmanian
chair. The Tasmanian chair dance.
What's the dance they do at the Jewish weddings when you sit in the chair and
the tarantella?
They walk you around the room?
I don't think that's just for
No?
everybody. No, I think you have to be a special guest.
Yeah.
I could sit in the chair and they could carry me around the room.
I think that's the tarantella.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I love that because I love that pasta.
And that's a translation of tarantula, and you dance around like you're stomping on tarantulas.
What?
I believe. Again,
Why carrying the chair? I
don't know. That's something I have no knowledge of, but I think that dance is the tarantella.
I was told once by a Hare Krishna that Krishna is responsible for all forms of dance.
Oh.
Because he was killing a many-headed snake, stomping on it with his feet.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
Tarantella is Italian,
Yes.
that's right. But they do it isn't that what they call the dance they do at Jewish weddings?
No.
No. Okay. The Romans used to do that dance, the tarantella.
It's 9:20 right now. Time for some big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Waterproof your home with Baseco, because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue. From sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations, each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
Well, tragedy. He was one of a kind. He was an original. He will be missed. I think his soul was taken by Earl Warren Christ. Former Justice David Souter has died. Supreme Court Justice was appointed to the Supreme Court by George H.W. Bush in 1990, but surprised Republicans by joining the court's more liberal wing. He has died at his home in New Hampshire. The court announced Friday he was 85.
He retired really young.
Pretty young, yeah.
In his 60s.
Justice Souter served the court with great distinction for 20 years, said John Roberts, Chief Justice John Roberts. He brought uncommon wisdom and kindness to a lifetime of public service. At the time of his retirement, he was 69.
It's a very unusual.
Yeah. There you go. So I think or maybe it was Bork, Robert Bork Christ. I can't remember who the Reaper of Justices is.
Sandra Day Christ.
Sandra Day Christ.
Well, I thought this was a funny story. Sopranos star Lorraine Bracco has been clear that she was not pleased with the Sopranos 2007 finale, and recently described how her co-star James Gandolfini reacted to it. On Tuesday's episode of The Tonight Show, host Jimmy Fallon asked Bracco to confirm that she did not love the ending, and she said, "I'll tell you the truth. I was sitting next to Jimmy Gandolfini, and he just went like this. He just went, 'That's it? That's it?' And you know how he always used to push his hair back?
That's
and
it.
then he just stood up and he walked out.
That's it.
He couldn't believe it, and I said, yeah, I guess that's it." The crime drama created by David Chase premiered, of course, in 1999, quickly became an HBO flagship, and was a great show. My kid has been watching it for the first time.
Oh, really?
And is going through the episodes and just loves it.
I liked the ending.
I liked it fine.
I did not care for it at all.
David Chase has defended it finally and explained what happened.
Yeah.
The ambiguous finale disappointed legions of fans, it says here, however, who demanded to know if fictional boss Tony Soprano would be killed by his enemies, they were lurking around.
Yeah.
Bracco previously recalled Gandolfini's reaction to the ending in a 2024 documentary, Wise Guy, David Chase and the Sopranos, and said he was likely in shock like everybody else. She acknowledged, however, that Chase did do something interesting with the ending, and it's that people are still talking about it.
That's what tells me it's a good ending. Then, if it just died with someone coming in and shooting him, and Tony falls on the ground in the end, you wouldn't think about that at all after it.
Here he is. Here's a statement. David Chase says that the ending is the intentional ambiguity is meant to reflect the ongoing nature of life and the universe, even if Tony Soprano's character is no longer present. He's emphasized the final scene, when it cuts to black, doesn't necessarily indicate Tony's death, but rather a continuation of the world and its stories.
I believe David Chase is in care. I think he's dementia. I think he has dementia.
Really?
I
think so.
I've not heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you look?
Let me
Gina?
look it up.
I might be confusing him with somebody.
I think you might be.
Oh, you know who I'm confusing him with?
Because he's working on something else.
I'm confusing him with the guy who did Deadwood.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Barry Diller, big executive.
Mm-hmm.
He and Diane von Furstenberg have been married since 2001. He says, he's been private all of his life, but not with me, she says, in an interview about his publicly announcing he's gay. So for me, it doesn't feel strange. She said, I know who he is. During his decades as a media mogul, Barry Diller has held an array of powerful titles, serving as chairman and chief executive of Fox, Paramount Pictures, most recently IAC. The positions have made him a bold-faced name and a billionaire. Now, however, Diller has embraced a new role, that of an openly gay man. He's 83, and he said, I don't know,
Time to be myself.
Yeah, the announcement came on Tuesday via an excerpt from his forthcoming memoir, which is titled appropriately, Who Knew? He published in New York Magazine, which recounts his life, including his relationship with the designer Diane von Furstenberg, and he has been married to her since 2001.
David Milch.
David Milch,
is who has Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah. After falling many, many feet down onto the field at Pittsburgh Pirates game, 20 feet he fell at PNC Park. Everybody thought, oh, that guy's dead. But he has back and neck injuries and a swollen hand. But he says, I'm walking and I'm going to go home. He says, my hand is really swollen. When I get home, I think I'll just put some ice on it. He says, I'll be in the hospital another week. And they're not identifying his name here for some reason.
Well, I mean, look, he there's something going on because he's shirtless.
Yeah, well, he was
drunk.
He was drunk,
and he didn't jump. He fell.
He was celebrating too vigorously and sort of fell over. Let's see. Breaking the cycle of homelessness presents significant challenges, but one young woman from Michigan has defied the odds through determination and critical support services. Rashaya Weatherspoon, 22 years old, recently became the first person in her family to graduate from college, earning a degree in social work from Ferris State University. She had been homeless for quite some time, but has overcome it and graduated from college. Congratulations. The Who, retiring. They have announced that they are retiring from touring after 60 years. Now we're retiring from touring. That doesn't mean they're going to stop, I guess. Pete Townsend said at a London press conference to announce the tour, this final tour, everyone needs to know the truth. I can't lie. I'm just not crazy about touring anyway. They're playing 16 shows in North America, and insiders hope that they will later come to Europe and do some dates in the UK. The show is called The Song Is Over, which is also the name of their new single. Oh, I haven't heard that. Speaking on a video link, Roger Daltrey added, it will have to come to an end one day. And he said, Pete is still playing great guitar. The music still got the vitality that suits it because it's something about the way Pete's music is written, the way it is shaped.
Well, he's being nice.
Pete Townsend really is a genius.
Well, and they had
a sort of an underrated guitar player, I think.
They had Ringo Starr's kid playing drums for him. Mm-hmm. And there have been some news stories over the last couple of weeks about they fired. Mm-hmm. I'm just mentioning it in addition to this. He fired him and brought him back, and so they're having issues.
Yeah, he's back with them for the tour, but I guess they're just sort of tired. Katie Holmes, okay. In other news,
okay.
Let's see. Jessica Simpson she says Jeremy Renner's just my friend.
Okay.
We're not having a romance. It's not romantic.
Okay.
He's just my friend. We've known each other for a while, and we're just friends, honest. I promise you.
Okay.
I think she's trouble, Jeremy. I'd stay away from her.
Yeah, I'd stay away.
Yeah. And this woman says, I keep my chopped off body parts in a jar.
Ooh.
The young woman I don't know if we have her picture.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
There she is. Young woman decided to literally take her body in her own hands and modify near enough most of it, and has even revealed that she keeps part of her nose in a jar. Her name she calls herself Toxie. She started her body modification journey 4 years ago. Since
How do you find doctors to do this?
I don't know. She's had several procedures, some so extreme she had to see doctors and psychologists before going ahead with them. One of these extreme modifications was amputating her nose. She's the first woman in the world to have her nose removed purely for cosmetic reasons, something most of us would not consider.
No.
But for her, it was just one step to a much bigger body transformation, and she's not finished yet. I've got many more things to do yet.
Okay, I have some practical questions. This is expensive.
Yeah.
What's
her job?
Yeah, where's she working? What's she doing for money?
I'll bet she gets all of her money online.
Like OnlyFans
or an Instagram or something, you know? She's probably one of those influencers that make all their money there.
Her ears are all twisted and mangled up. And
no, I can't see her ears in this picture.
Yeah, there's another picture that shows them, and she's just...
yeah.
Yeah, she does a lot of TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. And she said, removing my nose was the most painful thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. That's what I'd say.
Weather.
Warm and getting warmer. It's 68 right now. We'll have a high of 83 today, 88 tomorrow, 86 on Sunday. Now, slight chance of showers Sunday night. Better chance of that'll be Tuesday, it looks like. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Measure. Measure. This comes to us from a script submitted by Kirk Baxter. Measure, M-A-Y-Z-U-R-E, Measure. Now we give you the illustrious Mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, as he prepares to address the local media regarding an upcoming challenge to his office. Again, the word is measure.
Hey, Denver, son.
Yeah, Daddy?
Denver, son. Denver?
Daddy?
Denver. Hi, Denver. I need you to pretend to be a reporter. I need to rehearse this here press event.
Okay, Daddy. I am the media.
Hello, media. I'm Don Criddle, the illustrious mayor of Mona, Utah, here holding this city's impromptu press conference. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering the purpose of this very important and public meeting brought on by me, your beloved mayor. So let me get to the heart of the matter.
Yeah, Daddy, is that on the matter that you told your opponent for the next pending election that she can't run for mayor on the fact that she is not a man? Is that what this is, Daddy?
Now, Denver, remember what I told you. The city office HR department admonished me not to use sexism as a tactic to win the next election. So just because Angela Lynn is a woman and may or may not measure up to the mantle of being mayor of Mona, I must focus on other things to dissuade voters from picking her.
But, Daddy, Mona City has never had a lady mayor. We never have and we never will. Daddy, I thought you said that I would be taking your place as mayor someday. Kind of like what they do in one of those careers. Right, Daddy?
Now, Denver, you need to hush up about that. Our current democracy does not measure up to a sovereign dictatorship yet. But haven't you read our city's constitution?
Oh, shoot, Daddy, you know I can't read.
You can't read? Well, just what in the heck am I paying your teacher babysitter for anyway?
Well, she ain't there no more, Daddy. Remember? She got all distressed, screamed something at us, kicked down the front door, and we haven't seen her since.
Well, that deadbolt sure didn't hold the door closed, did it, Denver?
Yeah, Daddy. Perhaps if we had used an actual tape measure in the deadbolt installation, we would have known where to drill, and the lock would have actually catched the door frame, because that's what happens, when you just use prayer and eyeballing it, Daddy.
I suppose so, Denver. Now shut your trap about bringing up the fact that my opposing candidate is a woman, and help me find some more ethical ways to smear her without getting scandals and litigation involved.
Okay, Daddy. Why don't you just say she's too emotional about stuff?
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
On to X96.
All right, it's time.
We're talking beer.
Great beer mashup.
How does the hat look?
I like it.
X96.com/live. They brought me an Ogden hat.
Because you're an Ogden boy.
That's right, I am. It's the Utah Brewers Guild hosting the great beer mashup. It's is it May? Oh, it's May 10th.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. So tell people who you are.
My name's Stephanie, and I am the executive director of the Brewers Guild.
And is that a yearly position? I mean,
It's as long as I do it without losing my mind. So,
and you are?
I'm Jackie. I'm the head brewer at Ogden Beer Company.
So thank you for the Ogden beer hat. I'm going to wear it today as I go up to Ogden for my remote. Tell people what's going on at this big deal tomorrow.
So we have 40 different collaborators who have worked together to create new beers and ciders. So if you come, you get to try all brand new things. You're not drinking old beer. So,
and these are limited edition beers?
They are.
One of the kinds usually, right?
Yeah, they're usually a pretty small batch, and they're all teamwork beers. So each collaborator worked with somebody else.
So do you assign?
How do you decide?
Collaborations?
So we let everyone choose if they'd like to, and
Okay.
if they don't want to choose, then I will give them an assignment. So
How many breweries are involved?
we have, I think, 30 breweries, but we have 40 collaborators because we also have some cocktail bars, a bitters lab. There are cideries.
I love that they all get along. Like,
I do
mean,
too.
I mean, like you're competing for, people's taste buds, and that they're willing to work together.
Well,
That's great.
I think that it's, and I've talked to brewers over the years as we got to know Jason Stock years ago from over here at Squatters, and say, are you guys competitive? And said, no, not really. We just like to drink each other's beer, and we talk shop, and it's fun. And I think this event really highlights that.
Brings the brewing community together.
Now, you brought us some tasting. Are they mugs? What do you call these?
They're like a little beer stein, but they're tasting size.
So is this what you'll get and then go around to sample? You'll get one of these. Okay.
So this, you don't break it because it's
what is it?
It's silicone.
Silicone rubber or something like that. Yeah.
Silicone, and it's I don't think it will. It doesn't taste. It won't affect the taste of the beer.
Nope, they're made specifically for things like beer. So.
And what are these beers that you brought?
We brought some of the collaborations, so you guys get to try a sneak peek of something. I haven't tried these yet either.
What's the big one there?
There's two. One is from Jackie's Brewery, Ogden Beer Company.
Yeah.
What is it, Jackie?
So we actually brought two different ones. So the Hopkins one, we did a German Pilsner with Hopkins Brewing. And then we also did a lime lager with Roosters Brewing. So we have an all Ogden collab. Nice light summer beers.
That's what I like. I like it. And not too hoppy, I hope?
Nope, not hoppy at all.
Good. My wife likes the real IPA. And I want give me a light beer.
You're a baby.
I like light beers.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
It's all about how much you want to drink that day.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink something super heavy to start your day. So
No.
Yeah, we want to balance it all out, right?
When you wake up in the morning and crack open a beer, you want something light.
Exactly. It's breakfast.
A breakfast beer of some sort. Yeah.
What's the wildest beer that you hear is coming tomorrow?
Oh, gosh. We have some really good
Yeah.
ones, actually. There's a French Saison that sounds really good. There's a couple of terpene beers that will
What's
be
that?
there. Jackie, would you like to explain terpene?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. So another one of the collabs that I did with Epic Brewing is called Puff Puff Pour. Terpenes.
I think I know where this is going.
Yes, exactly. So terpenes are kind of it's the base oil of different things.
Okay.
Most commonly, terpenes refer to weed.
Okay.
Cannabis. So this does have grapefruit Kush terpenes in it. Contains no THC, no CBD.
Okay.
Just the flavor.
Just the flavor.
Oh, the flavor.
Yeah. So this is a mango IPA with grapefruit Kush terpenes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
There's a couple, Turo and Prodigy also did a terpene beer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they'll be super fun.
Now, tickets are available. This is at Woodbine.
It is.
So the food will be available there, right?
Yep.
At Woodbine.
Food hall's open to all of our guests. So
And it's how do you get tickets?
you go to utahbrewersguild.org/mashup, or you can go to the Eventbrite website and find us there under the Great Beer Mashup. So
Tickets, general admission tickets are $30. VIP tickets are $60
today.
Today.
Tomorrow they go up.
They go up.
So you got to get it today.
Yeah. So go to utahbrewersguild.org and get them now, and don't put it off. Do it now. If you haven't been to Woodbine, I've only been there once, and that was recently. It's really a great space.
It's amazing.
They have good food in there, different kinds of food, and it's just it's just a kind of a nice space to be in.
It's a beautiful space. They're great over there. They're so nice.
Now, did you grow up wanting to get into brewing, or was it just something that happened?
I grew up in the predominant religion of Utah, so beer did not start till I was a young adult.
Good, like
a legal age.
I was of legal age. I don't know about Jackie though.
Yeah,
Jackie's an Ogden girl, so
Ogden girl.
anything goes.
Right? Yeah. Yep. Anything goes up there. So
there you go.
You know what I say about Ogden girls? They're slightly slutty in a really good way.
Right.
He means that as a
I
compliment.
mean it as a compliment. So that's a compliment.
I'll take it.
He's from there, I guess. You can make those jokes.
I mean, Ogden's great. I'm actually originally from Ogden too, so I'm a big fan.
No, Ogden is not great. It's awesome.
Ogden is awesome.
Ogden is awesome.
So town or no town?
So it's UtahBrewersGuild.org, or is there a more direct or?
That's
the Eventbrite
just the Eventbrite site. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's the Great Beer Mashup tomorrow.
Thanks for bringing us
Good
stuff.
luck, you guys.
And
thanks.
it's been a big show every year, though, hasn't it?
It's been great. Yeah.
I think it keeps getting bigger, though.
It does. We purposely keep it a little small, though.
That's a good idea.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with the Boner Recap, or the Boner of the Week, excuse me.
Well, it's a game so easy that even a simpleton can play it.
Oh.
It's time for Beat Gina. I'm your radio announcer for the modern age. I'm Johnny Ola with a word from the Atomic Energy Commission. Are you afraid of A-bomb contamination?
Yes.
In the event of an A-bomb attack, contamination can go away with Flowbar. What? The AEC recommends the use of detergents as beneficial because they promote effective and rapid washing away of radioactive particles that may settle on the body or become trapped in the skin cells. Flowbar is a device made specifically for this purpose. It contains a safe and gentle liquid detergent in a plastic soap-shaped container which can be carried around for instant use. Be prepared. Protect your family and yourself by keeping Flowbar detergent on hand always. Buy yours now at stores everywhere or by mail from the manufacturer. Wash away radioactive contamination with Flowbar. And now, here's a man who has no fear of contamination, radioactive or otherwise. He's your host, Carrie Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Anthony, are you there?
I am.
All right, Anthony, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. We're using an actual coin because people are questioning the integrity of the coin toss app. But here we go. Heads or tails there, Anthony? Call it. Anthony. Heads. All right.
Heads.
There we go. And boom, it is heads.
Oh,
There
Anthony,
we
you're
go.
one step closer to winning this pocket knife kit from Knapp's Knives.
All right, Anthony, if you beat Gina at Mr. Rogers Trivia, you will win the knife. But if she beats you, if she manages to crawl from behind, what are you prepared to do in her name?
$50 donation to the Road Home.
Excellent.
All right, there we go. Okay, so the first question, again, is the anniversary of Fred Rogers' death day. So it's Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers Trivia. All right, first question, Anthony, here we go. Anthony, why are there no hands on Daniel Striped Tiger's clock? You ever notice that?
I didn't.
I did.
No.
It always bugged me, too. Why are there no hands on Daniel Striped Tiger's clock? Is it 1, Daniel doesn't get hands until he earns them? Was it 2, Mr. Rogers planned a storyline about Daniel learning to make clock hands from Handyman Negri? 3, because the neighborhood of make-believe, we can pretend it's any time that we want? Or 4, seriously, until you learn how to say striped tiger, not striped, no hands for you.
Number 3.
Number 3 is correct. Yes.
That's a point for Anthony. Now we go to Gina.
Gina, let's go to our page 2. Gina, let's see. Oh, okay. The numbers on King Friday the 13th's and Handyman Negri's firefighter helmets
Okay.
are 143.
Okay.
143 was Fred Rogers' numerical secret way of saying what? Is it 1, I love you? Is it 2, be my neighbor? Is it 3, Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone? Or 4, X the owl is not what he seems?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like number 4. I'm going to go with I love you.
I love you is correct.
All right.
143.
1 point for Gina. The game is tied. Now we go to Anthony again.
All right, Anthony. Mr. Rogers was known for utilizing what to emphasize a point at different times during the program, which he did without telling cast members or the crew, confusing them at times. He did this to emphasize a point. Was it 1, shaking a tin can full of pennies? Is it 2, silence? Is it 3, simply smiling into the camera? Or 4, a squirt gun filled with ammonia?
2.
Silence is correct.
All right, Anthony, you have 2 points. Now to Gina to see if she can tie it up.
All right, Gina.
Yes.
Mr. McFeely is named after who? You're smiling like you know this one. Mr. McFeely is named after who? Is it 1, his old Cub Scout leader? McFeely was his nickname. It's a sad story, really. Yeah. Is it 2, Fred's neighbor Morris Albert, who wrote and sang the song Feelings? Is it 3, a failed menu item at McDonald's? Or 4, Fred Rogers' middle name is McFeely?
Number 2.
Wow, I fooled you good with that one.
This is a chance for you, Anthony, to win the game.
Okay, so can you give me the remaining 3 one more time?
Well, number 3, Fred Rogers, Morris Albert. That's the one that she picked.
Yeah.
Is it 2, a failed? Hold it. Is it 2, 3, a failed menu item at McDonald's? Or 4, Fred Rogers' middle name is McFeely?
Number 4.
That is correct. His middle name is McFeely, and Anthony, you win the game handily. Nicely done.
You get the knife from NAF's Knives.
It's a very nice prize, Anthony.
All right, perfect.
You will like it. Hang on.
Hold on the line. Hold
I'll
on.
tell you how to get that.
I've got to go. I've got some decontamination to do.
Oh, scrub hard.
Well.
You two what? Yeah, you two what?
You two. You two. You two.
Bill is on his way to Riverdale, so go see him there. But we still need to do Boner of the Week.
All right, Boner of the Week. Is it sponsored? No?
No, it's just Dave the Flower Guy's here. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Dave took his scooter through the car wash. So
Don't even get me started, Dave.
Dave.
Don't even get me started. All right. We have Dave do this because we can't be objective.
No, we
Dave
have opinions.
Yeah, because I know who I'll pick. We let Dave pick. These are all 5 winners for the week. Boner candidate number 1. Thanks, Oprah. Dr. Phil made a heartfelt statement about Donald Trump, standing next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I've sat with President Trump, no cameras around, nobody watching. I'm telling you, this is a man of deep faith.
No.
A man of, no, yeah. No. So we can thank Oprah for that, and Dr. Oz.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2. He didn't save my life. I don't recall him being there. Representative Corey Mills made a core part of his political persona based on his military service. He is always featuring his combat service with his campaign aides, always making sure to include his Bronze Star. Though multiple on-the-record witnesses strongly disagree with his version of the events, Mills' campaign website identifies him as a father patriot, combat veteran, and recipient of the Bronze Star who served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kosovo. But these people who...
supposedly the people he saved say, number 1, I wasn't that hurt, and number 2, I don't even remember him being there.
Yeah, so he wasn't there.
It's stolen valor.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. Who knew you could make money being a bigot? This is this Shiloh Hendricks woman that you've heard about so much. She was caught on Twitter calling a 5-year-old kid, an autistic 5-year-old kid, the N-word, who allegedly was trying to steal from her bag. That we don't know.
Yeah.
And so now she's turned it into a money-making situation because she feels threatened.
Yeah.
So, and last I heard, she was up to almost...
Which means there's lots of horrible people willing to give her money.
Almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 4. They want to degrade and destroy the judiciary. Justice Department being urged to investigate a series of suspicious pizza deliveries that were made to federal judges' homes, in which some used the name of a judge's son who was fatally shot by a fake delivery man. It's intimidation, and that's how they govern. That's how...
Yeah, this is a judge lost her son this very way. A guy pretending to be a pizza guy shot him and killed him. This is not a joke.
It's their subtle way of saying you better agree with Mr. Trump or,
It's a threat.
And, of course, Boner candidate number 5 today. Joe Rogan says that the R word is back. He claims that this is some sort of triumph.
No, it's not. And don't use it. And it's...
Yeah, it's not. And I got
there are
news
lots
for
of
you.
words. You don't need that one.
If you have friends or your husband or somebody listens to Joe Rogan, you may want to think about that.
Yeah. What kind of person?
Yeah, what kind of person are they?
Yeah.
So tell us, Dave, who
Number
won?
3.
Number 3.
Which one was number 3?
Which was, who knew you could make money being a bigot?
Oh, good.
Good choice, David. Good choice.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Are you going to have flowers for Mother's Day for people?
Yeah. They're at Ivy's.
They're at Ivy's. So go to Booze Teak if you want some flowers.
Coach has got some.
Okay, go to Ivy's Booze Teak and get some flowers.
Dave will be
for
there.
Mom.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Dave.
David.
Yep.
And all right, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know Bill's on his way to Riverdale? And have a fantastic Friday.
A fantastic. Artie Fuffkin is next.
X90.